Well, hello everyone. How are you doing? I hope everyone's having a good evening. It looks like I forgot to change my title here. If someone wants to change my title, that'd be great. Let's see. Lots of people in the chat tonight. We're going to do something interesting. So I did get a BGA machine a couple weeks ago. I think JFix got one, same model, everything. And I haven't got to try it out yet. I did turn it on. I did have it make the smell. I opened it up, and I did find something that was kind of disturbing. But I think everything's fixed now and ready to rock and roll. Daryl Flores, thank you so much for the $2 donation. And Daryl sent me something. This is what I received from Daryl. Look at this. Some Eagle Rare. Look at this. I appreciate that so much, Daryl. I always look for this stuff, and I can never find it. It's been a while since I've had a bottle of this, so I appreciate that donation to my bourbon collection. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to have fun with a new BGA machine tonight, and it's going to be kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. So you set the title, perfect, so that's good. I'm wearing my LLM shirt, and if you haven't seen this before, I do have a link to my store, but it's just a ridiculous take on leaking liquid metal. You know how much I hate liquid metal, so... so hello. So we got Houston. Let's see. You guys want to shout out where you are, because I know you love it whenever I name where you're at. Syracuse, New York. We got New Zealand. And I see New Jersey. We're going to be cooking some CPUs tonight. It's going to stink. I know that. The other day when I was warming up the machine, people were coming into the shop and they were like, what's that smell? It smells like something burning. Hello from Indiana, Phoenix, Arizona, Idaho, the UK, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Brazil, Southern California, and we got a $20 Canadian donation. Thank you so much, Dennis. That is so nice. All these donations we're not working on a customer's machine, so I guess they go to me tonight. I appreciate that. We got Virginia. Let's see where else. Gosh, Washington, the UK again, South Carolina, Los Angeles, with an accent. Australia, Spain. Hello from Spain, Paraguay. Well, good evening. You have you have my pain in my ass laptop in your shop. Let's see, which one is it? Good luck cooking the BGA. Yeah, if we have time where we can mess around with your laptop if it's here. Let's see, Pennsylvania, Estonia, Ohio, Panama, Canada, East Texas. No spamming, yes, please, no spamming, because we only have so much bandwidth. My brain only has so much bandwidth. Even looking at the chat, it's kind of I kind of glaze over here, or glass over my eyes here. Oklahoma City, Quebec, Baghdad, New Braunfels, that's right, south of me, Michigan, Greensboro, Norway. And we got ads already rolling. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys on Twitch. Virginia, Colorado, Africa, California. Okay, so we got lots of people here. So I appreciate you all coming out here. So we're going to, the first step I need to deal with here is trying to find a board, some candidates here. Greetings from Germany. Well, thank you so much. We got a tier 1 sub on Twitch to get rid of those commercials. So thank you so much for that. So I have a stack of boards here. These are going to be, we're still working on that same machine we did before, which is the 17R4. I have stacks of boards, and so what I'm going to do is I need to find some that have the 2-1 error, and I have one set up here on the desk that I was about to test to see if it says I have a 2-1 error on the label, but I want to make sure it does 2-1. It's 2 red, 1 blue. That means it has a bad CPU. That's what we need to determine. So I didn't pre-filter these. I just wanted to kind of look through them real quick. Let's see, is this another one? So it's another 2-1 there. And then I have a couple candidates for CPUs. So this one looks like it might have a good CPU, but just a bad board somewhere, and this one the same. I don't know if the CPUs match or not, but we're trying to do the best we can with what we got. So the idea would be to transplant over the CPU if we can get that working, but I need to figure out if we have a board that's going to function, or that's to not function, gives us the 2-1 error, meaning bad CPU. We want to figure that out first, and then we can start setting everything up, and I'll show you. But we will be using the BGA machine. I could show that to you. Let's see, we'll just do this view right here. This thing's heavy, so I have to kind of use my lower back here. Oh gosh. So here's the BGA machine we'll be using, okay? This thing cost me about $350. It's a IR6500, and it's made by that brand that's on the thing. And then I added a temperature probe here, and I added a second temperature probe. I had to open it up to do that. Now, what I wanted to speak about, here, let me set this back down. Oh gosh, so heavy. Was, JFix, are you in the chat? I don't know if JFix is in here or not, because he's gonna be, he has one of these things, he hasn't messed with it yet. This is what I want to talk about. So this is the US cord. Three-prong cord for the U.S. Now, every country has some sort of three-prong, right? Because they're going to have positive and negative, or hot and neutral, and then you'll have a ground. I have not seen JFix. Okay. Well, he may not be here, so we can pass the word over to him. I did film this. I'm going to make a short out of it, or just put up some sort of information. But the gist of it is, this cord, right? This is the three-prong cord. I tested to see if this ground was actually grounded to the machine itself, and it wasn't. It wasn't. So I was like, kind of like, okay, well, I'm not plugging this thing in. It's basically an ungrounded case, right? So I have some Chinese machine that cost me $350 that should cost way more for doing what I'm doing, that the ground was not grounded to the case. I opened it up. I did find that there was a ground wire coming, off the three-prong, and it was screwed onto the case, or onto the frame, the metal. But it was they didn't take the paint off first, so it was just sitting there insulated. So I had to take it off. I had to grind down the paint and get it down to the bare metal, and then I bolted it back on. It was good to go. Now the whole case is grounded. I tested it in all sorts of different spots. But hey, thanks for the gifted subs. So anyway, that's kind of a disclaimer. If you do buy one of these cheap machines, and I kind of had a feeling that there would be issues like that, but I caught that ahead of time, so you're not going to see me die on the live stream, okay? That's the number one objective, is to not die. I did not grab my fire extinguisher, because that's the other thing, is lighting my place on fire would not be good. So I have a fire extinguisher up near the front counter, so I'll have to grab that before we start, this questionable process. But I've used plenty of this equipment for a while, the hot air stations and things like that, but this piece of equipment, I feel like is sketchy. Even though it's built really well, it looks nice, it just seems sketchy. No chassis ground for you. Okay, so anyway, let's test this. I just want to see if we can get a 2.1 error code. So what I did is I set it up where I have a power button that's separate, so I don't have to install this into the motherboard every time. So I have a separate power button, and then I have the DC jack separate, and then I can just plug in the screen if we want to see if we can get a screen out of it. Where we're going, we don't need a screen, probably, but we'll see. So let me plug in this screen connector, which I can't see. And this is the connector that always gets ripped off the board by whoever works on this. But we're not doing that tonight. Okay, so we got it plugged in. And so all I'm trying to do is just trying to find a board that gives me the 2.1 error. Do we have a power meter today? We don't. Where's our power meter? There we go. Nice and happy power meter. Nice catch on the ground. Yes, thank you. I did not die. All right, so I plugged in the power, 0.01 or 0.07, 0.06. What is that? What does that mean? It should go to 0.02. Okay, let's push the power button. See, that's why I can't trust these little stickers. I have little stickers because I've had people test these boards whenever they come in, and then if they're bad, they put a sticker and mark down what it is. They said it had a 2.1 error. We're getting no power light at all, and it's not pulling really any current, so I don't see how it could be a CPU issue. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 1. Well, there you go. I got a 2.1. So we've already found a good candidate that's getting a 2.1 error. And let's see, I'm just gonna look at it under the thermal camera. Ooh. And just to let you know, I bought one of these again. I bought another one of these. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm so wishy-washy. So this is the P2 Pro, the small one. Remember, so I bought a P2, and then I didn't like it, so I returned it. So then I bought the P3. We used that for a couple weeks, and then we didn't like it, so we returned it. But then going back to my old one, my Floor One Pro is not as sensitive. So I went back and I got a P2 because it's a wide angle and I don't have the focus. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, but I made it where I can just switch between the two, and I have both mounted on the bottom here. And let's see if we can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So right here is my P2, and then right here's my Floor One Pro. They're both here, and I can just unplug this USB-C and move it over to this USB-C, so I can switch between the two. So I will, in general, just use the Floor One Pro, but whenever I'm like, I can't see what's actually heating up, that's whenever you have to use the other one. That's what I've basically figured out, because I got kind of spoiled a little bit because there was a little more sensitivity that was happening. So anyway, that's what we're about to check. I want to see what's that point that's pulling that, what's pulling that 0.1 on this board, and then we're gonna start swapping. Oh, why, Nate? Why? Why would you do that? So, like I said, I'm just gonna I'll have both of them installed on there. My videos, I'll probably swap back and forth between the two. And so let me plug this back in. Let's get under the thermal camera. There's software in Windows that works. Yeah, and I should try that. Supposedly it's not as like sensitive or something. I don't know. But we'll see. Let's see. So I'm just going to do the Floor One Pro for this part because people are loving that one. Let me make sure I have all my cameras connected. Yeah, that's connected. Laughing my ass off. Indecisions. Well, you know, it's just like, it's just because when I used it, it was like, I used it for a few weeks, you know, and then I switched back. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I feel like I would have seen this area heating up. And there's a lot of reflections with the Floor One Pro too. So stop with all the spam. Yeah, if you spam too much, then I can't read what's going on. Okay, so we're going to go with this button. There you go. So that's the Floor One Pro. And I'm going to plug in the power. And I want to just see what the CPU is doing on this to see if it's just like the edge of the CPU or what's heating up over here to giving us that 2-1 error. So it is powered on. And we just want to make sure that this is a candidate. I don't know. Again, I could have maybe figured this out ahead of time. What is this? What is that? Is the power management chip? No, what is that? All right, it's something over here. Ooh, it's burning hot. It's so hot. Oh, it's so hot. I don't even know what that is. But I want to measure the CPU and see what that is measuring at. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. I kind of was scrambling tonight trying to get this started, get the stream started, because I was like working on all sorts of stuff today, and then I was like, oh shoot, I only don't have much time, and I was like, I have to make the thumbnail, I have to do all that stuff. So if I'm a little bit chaotic tonight, I do apologize. You have an Alienware 15R2, bought brand new in 2016. Yeah, this is would be the R3 version of that. This board. We got 2 ohms on the CPU. I don't know if this is even a good candidate because I should have vetted this more. Let me grab another one. Because to me it doesn't, I don't know what that other chip is that's heating up, but I think it does go to the CPU. But I want to find one that has a shorted CPU. It makes it a lot easier just to be like, okay, this CPU is shorted. 2.45. No! I mean, it's saying it's a bad CPU, right? 2.1, but it also could be a bad CPU power rail. I know for a fact that I've replaced that one chip that's getting hot that we just saw before. So these are all measuring high. So let's just stick with this one. All right, I just want to go look at this real quick while we're at it. We love chaotic. Okay, all right, you love chaotic. I'm sure people joining in don't love chaotic. Yeah, I think I remember working on this board a while back. You can see that there's some work that's been done here. And I think this is the chip that's getting burning hot. Now, I don't know where this goes. I thought that maybe it goes to the CPU, especially since the CPU is giving a CPU error, but it may go to something else. Gosh, I wish I had a board view for this. Chaos, that's normal work. What made me laugh? It's a mod went after you for asking a question. Yeah, if you ask too many questions, then they start giving you a hard time, but... Oh, gosh. What to do? Let's just pull the CPU off. That's what we should do. I don't know. It's like this 2.1 error is mysterious sometimes. Now, for sure, this one is probably a bad CPU because it has a missing power stage, and so I probably replaced the power stage. It's funny because I'm waiting for someone else to give me some information and yeah, go ahead and just do it. Hello, from Santa Cruz. Oh my gosh, I'm out of it now. I'm trying to put that box up. Let's just raw dog it, I guess. I think this is gonna be our candidate. Now I just wanna make sure we're matching CPUs at this point. So these are our candidates for working CPUs. And I just wanna match those up while we're at it. So the CPU that we're going to want is going to be this one. Which is this one, which is this one. What is it? This is the SR320, which is the same CPU we changed out before, the same model part number. And this one is a SR3YY. That's not going to be super helpful. Come on, give us a match. 3YY. Can we put a different CPU on it? Do you think it will just boot up and work? Oh, we're going to swap a CPU again. Yes, we're only swapping it because I have that BGA machine that we're going to mess with. I just want to see how much easier it is. Because if we just raw dog it over. Now, the CPU will fit on there. It's just whether it's compatible with the board. I'm pretty sure. It seems like it would be. It's just like any other modular CPU, I would assume. You can just take it off and won't know until we try. So I guess that's what we'll do. So this is going to be our bad board with a 2.1 error, and this is going to be our one of these look good enough to me. Let me measure, make sure the CPUs aren't shorted, but I think these are bad for other reasons, not the CPU. 2.76 ohms. And we'll measure this ahead of time too, 2.03. All right, so we got that marked down in our head. The bad one has a 2.03. Maybe we'll write that down. BIOS error. Yeah, maybe. 2.03. I mean ohms. Could it have a BIOS error? I don't think so. Like a lot of these boards, the CPUs die on these things like all the time. That's why I'm like, CPU dead, CPU dead, CPU dead. So that's, and we're going to take this off first. So we take the good one off first so we have it ready to swap over. That's what we need to do. You can tell I planned this out. I actually was going to do, we were going to do repairs tonight, and then I was like, at the last second, I decided to just do this. So you didn't make it to Austin. Okay, Wes was supposed to come to Austin last weekend. You didn't make it. Okay, well, oh man, I'm sorry. Your dad was in the CCU? Oh no, or the ICU? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had a crazy busy weekend last weekend, so I wasn't going to be able to meet up with you anyway. So, does Dell glue the BIOS to the board? No. Dell is very friendly with fixing stuff. So I'm going to pull the good chip off first. Good chip off first. And then we'll reball it. We'll have it off to the side, and then we'll put the other one, transferring it on over, and that's it. So let me get this big A machine on the desk. Hello from Netherlands. The big A machine here. Oh gosh, lift with your knees, not your back. Wait. Okay, so we can do a little tour around this, maybe. I don't know how well we're gonna be able to see all this stuff. Does this wide angle, is this easier to see with this wide angle? I could probably move this camera somewhere else. So do you like the overhead or you like the wide angle? Overhead just seems like you're just looking at the back of someone's head or something. This one seems a little easier to see. So the gist of this machine is we have a glass plate here that, which camera am I looking at? This one. We have a glass plate here that you can set the temperature on in the front panel. And I have a piece of software that I got from Black Horse that will be able to run this whole machine. So this sets the bottom temperature. This one sets the top temperature. This is another infrared. And so these together sandwich over the board, and then you can lower this down on top of the board, and there's a bracket that holds it. And then you bring it up to temperature slowly, and then just pull the chip off, and supposedly Bob's your uncle. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. Is there an it looks like an overhead projector, yeah. And then what I did is I took one of these little flex lights, because I ordered some of these flex things. Let me see if I can find them. I ordered some of these flex tube thingies. What are they called? Ostrich necks, or I can't remember what they're called. This thingy. But this one was too stiff that I ordered. So I had these flex lights like this, and I just cut the head off of one of these and stole it. And so that's what this is. And it's a lot more flexible. And then I fished the thermocouple through here. And then so now the thermocouple can just press down on the motherboard like that without me having to tape it to the board. And then this machine only comes with a thermocouple for the top of the board. So I opened up the machine and they had a spot to add a second one. So I added a second thermocouple right here that will tape to the bottom of the board. That way we have an extra, set of eyes reading temperatures. So whatever it takes. And I actually ran this to a separate circuit. Sorry, trying to get extension cords here. I ran another big, this is a 10 gauge extension cord to a different circuit in the building, because the last thing I need is to pop the breaker that this computer's plugged into and end the stream. So this thing, I think uses 1500 watts or something like that. So it's like a space heater. This is a very exciting sequel, yes, and it will probably fail just the same. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. So, oh, fire extinguisher. Let me go grab the fire extinguisher. You are right. I'll be right back. If you need me, I'll be right back. So we keep these fire extinguishers all over the building, but I don't have one right next to my bench right there, which is kind of ridiculous. So, all right. It still says it's full and good, so that's good. All right, safety first, we got it. All right, what else do I need? My heat resistive gloves? Of course, we need elevator music. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so. Okay, fume extractor, I have one here, and we'll use that at some point. Oh, gosh, I got so much stuff on the ground around me because I'm just kind of setting things down while I'm talking to you. And now it's all in my way. And we have a Prime subscriber! Welcome aboard! Thank you, 3 months. 3 months, that's a lot. This one runs off of 110. Yes, it does, 110. Yeah, the European market or overseas, use the 220 or 240, whatever it takes. Don't burn my fingers. I do not want to burn my fingers tonight. So I'm going to fire this thing up. We're going to pull up our software, and I actually need to get it put on the screen for you so you can see it. So let me add that to our view. We're going to add a capture, window capture. No, what is it? I guess it is a window capture. And it's called Rework Pro. So I'm using Rework Pro, which is a Black Horse production. And boom. There it is. I don't know where to put it. Where should I put it? Right there. Beautimus. No? I don't know. Over here? I don't know. It's kind of long and wide. Can I change the shape of it? Well, I don't know. Let's put it right there for right now. So there's the piece of software, and I will have to connect it to the machine. Oh. COM3, connect. Oh, it's already connected. Okay. So I am getting some readings. Let's take a look here. Let me test the sensor here. No, it's not. Are we picking up my temperatures? There we go, 29. So this is the bed one. And this one was, you can't wait to send your Alienware M17 in for upgrades and repairs once the final piece, to get my final piece. So, thank you for what you do for the community. Happy holidays. Well, thank you so much, Griffin. So this one should, there you go, went to 28. So that's what we're looking for. All right. 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, so we got that. Now I got to set the mount. That's the next thing that holds the board. My desk is not big enough for any of this stuff. All right, so this right here is the kind of bracket thingy that you mount the motherboard to. So I'm going to slide that over like so. You can't read Fahrenheit. This is all Celsius. I only put everything in Celsius. It's the worldwide unit. All right, we got that there. This is the motherboard we're going to be using. I wish, maybe I should set the camera view up a little bit better. Do you guys want a better camera view than that, or is this not? Because I can probably move that camera up higher so it's kind of like at an angle down like this. Let me try that. Why are there 0 dues? Okay, so this software is actually set up where you can keep track of your time spent doing this rework, okay? And so he set it up as a business, so a Black Horse repairs. And so right as you start the timer, it starts counting. It's basically $1 a minute is what it's set at, but it will start counting how long it took for you to actually do this board repair, so then you can say how much money you should charge, basically, if it's $1 a minute or something like that. So right now, 0 dues, because I'm doing it for free. It's for free. Where did my Allen wrench go? To adjust this thingy. What would you got? Raph is here. Raph has arrived. All right, Raph, you're in charge. I'm going to give you full control of your software. So Black Horse Repairs, Raph is who actually wrote this software, and we're about to give it a go. Welcome. I'm trying to find my Allen wrench, though, to adjust the size of this bracket. Here's Allen. Here's the old Allen key. Did we decide you want me to move the camera or not? Angle up some? Yeah, let me see. I got to move this whole camera. Let me just try that. So I'll move this camera like over here. I don't know. Where do I put it? I only have so many places I can mount it over here. Right here, maybe? I can't tell. Ooh, that's a kind of a good view. Ooh-wee. I kind of like that. Okay. What do you think of that? And look, you got LLM. LLM for everyone. So that's a cell phone, by the way, guys, that I'm using. That's my old S10. The old S10. What model now is called cheap? This model is called cheap. Well, $350 for a BGA machine is cheap, in my opinion. I feel like you should spend, you know, at least $2,000 for something that's going to be working on something that each one of these boards. I mean, these are old boards, but if I'm working on a board that I'm trying to fix that's worth $1,000, then it's worth buying a machine that's worth $1,000, you know, or $2,000. Nick's TV repair on YouTube is using a BGA machine. It makes it look simple and easy. Well, good. I'm sure it's simple and easy. It's so easy. So easy. Yeah, I'm just messing around. This is going to be super easy. Raph does it on his channel too, and he makes it look easy. I'm going to pull some 5090 cores and sell them. All right, so Raph, I added the snorkel thing here for the thermocouple on the top, and then I added a second thermocouple on the bottom. Wait, I wish I could. Let me add my face camera in here because I keep looking at the camera, but my face isn't there. Let me add a face camera. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find my face camera. This one. Because I'm like talking to you, but you can't see me. All right, so let's do that. Put it right up here. Right there. Okay. How are we doing there? Is that better? Okay, so we have a look at this. We have a look at my face. It's beautiful. Complexion, just fine. You guys can see everything light on fire. You could see, I don't know, what else we want to see? We don't have the title up there, but I guess you don't. Do we need the title? Where's the title at? Title. Boom. Okay. I think we're up to date on all that. No, the YouTube alerts need to be there too. Twitch alerts. I think I'm messing up everything on this view, but I think we're good now. Okay. Eye protection. Oh, shoot. I don't have any good eye protection. All I have are my readers, which will not protect much because they're like 99-cent store. You lost your Amazon sub. Well, they give you one per month, so you can use it as much as you want. So, all right. So I need to get this mounted properly. And it's kind of a weird setup, but I think it's good. This board's so big. That's what she said. And so it has these little pins to hold it. You see, I can't get this thing lined up like that. Do you just set it on the top, Raph? Or do you actually use these little holders to push it in? Because these are not working for me. Not gonna work for me. Watch the board curl up, yeah. And again, I don't care. Flip the arms upside down, okay? So, like that. Is the idea to set the board down and just kind of push on it with those? Flip the arms. Flip those arms upside down, see? Okay, so let's try that. So if I put that there, And then this comes in and just kind of pushes against the edge maybe to kind of apply pressure. No desktops, please. Okay, let's see, I don't know. There's like really not enough room for some of this stuff to fit. Then flip the screws. How do I flip these screws? Oh, flip these screws. But am I applying pressure against the board? Seems like I would do that. I mean, the board's sitting here. Do I really need to actually do more than what I'm doing? I don't know. Ah, I put it through a screw hole. That works. Ah, if I put it through the screw hole, that might be the trick, right? Seems right to me. Okay. That's pretty good. Yep. All right, so this thing is super secure, as you can see. Let's see. It's the most secure thing you've ever seen in your whole life. Oh, I don't know how I just zoomed in on accident. Let me zoom back out. Darn it, I pressed a button on here. I did not mean to zoom in on that. Maybe it's better, I don't know. Let's see if I can fix that. I can't tell, zoom, okay. All right, I think that's better with it zoomed out like that. Okay, where are we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right, so I need to tape this, the top of this thing up. You can stick it in the oven for 20 minutes and then that will do it, right? We can just pull the CPU off after that. I need to add some tape to the top of this board. You know what I forgot to do too is we need to tape that thermocouple to the bottom. This looks a little bit safer than what we were dealing with before. It's pretty suspicious. Sus. The old one was sus. The old setup. So we have a thermocouple we're going to tape to the bottom of the board. And the thermocouple on the top is going to go with this guy. And then I'm just going to tape around this CPU just to kind of keep these other stuff from melting. Well, it doesn't really matter because this is our donor board. Do we care? I don't care. I don't care. So I'm not going to care then. I'm just going to put this thermocouple on here. Hello, and I concur. Everyone concurs. The concurrence is strong with this crowd. Where are you at? State of confusion. Oh, Montgomery. All right, so I'm just going to try to tape this on here. I guess it would help if you guys can see me flail here. You guys came to see me flail. This thermocouple sucks. So this isn't a thermocouple that came with it. So therefore, it sucks more than the one that came with it. This is actually a thermocouple that came with one of my DMMs, digital multimeters. So I'm sure it's a little bit not as accurate. Away from the top of the heater. What does that mean? Raph, what do you mean? Away from the top of the heater. So I'm doing it underneath, right? Underneath the CPU. So I shouldn't do it under the CPU? Do I use paste on the thermocouple? I hadn't planned on it. So, not under what you're working on. So where do I put the one underneath then? Where am I trying to put that thing? This is not a customer's laptop. This is just some boards that I'm working on, so. Sure, I'm glad that Raph showed up here. I was going to tell you to show up. Otherwise, the top of the heater will interfere. Okay, so away from the top heater. So, well, it's going to be under the CPU. So you're saying don't put it under the CPU. right? So I was going to put the thermocouple under the CPU and then the top one next to the CPU on the top. I'm just trying to get some clarity here, see? Some clarity. No, paste seemed to hurt us last time. Yeah, I think so. I can't tell if it worked or not. Correct. Okay, so I am correct. Just tape it underneath. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Take out of the bracket. Metal will hold the heat sink. Take out the metal bracket, or take out the bracket. I'm trying to process that. Where'd my scissors go? Scissors, where art thou? No. Now we're back to no again? You're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. Raph, you want to call me on the phone? Let's put you on speakerphone. Give me a call. Or what? Here. Let me call you real quick. Do you mind? Or grab my phone. We're gonna get Raph on the phone. Go for it. Okay, let me see if I have your phone number. I think I do, somewhere in here. Looking for it. I don't see your phone number. I got your address. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I guess we've only been communicating through email. Let me email you and you can reply back if you don't mind. Or did you just email me? Nope. Okay, sent. All right, we're getting closer, guys. This is all part of the suspense here because it's probably not gonna work anyway. It's not gonna work anyway. Oh. I'm looking. Still hasn't come in yet. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna have some coffee. Can't see. Okay, here we go. Came in. All right. We're gonna get Raph on the phone. Or Raph. The phone is ringing. Hello, Raph. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
All right.
Hang on, let me turn down my volume.
Oh yeah.
It's really hard to communicate through the chat because there's a delay.
Ah.
So obviously, when you move the thermocouple back to the CPU, and I say correct, no, that was correct to the previous thing.
Gotcha.
Right?
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, so basically the idea is that first you want to preheat the board, right? So it really doesn't matter where you put the thermocouple. But then when you start the top heater is going to start heating the board from the top. So the bottom heater is essentially going to turn off if your bottom thermocouple is going to be right underneath the top heater on the board. So you want to move it somewhere a little bit farther from the area you're working on. So the bottom heater never turns off.
Okay, so
you have to compensate and start increasing the temperature on the bottom heater to keep it going.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so here's where we're going to be focusing with our overhead. It's going to be this one edge area, and then so I'll just kind of put it off to the side, just not directly underneath the CPU. That's the main thing.
Yeah, like an inch, maybe inch and a half away from the area you're actually working on.
Yeah.
That's going to ensure that the bottom heater is actually doing its job.
Okay, all right, let's try that. What happened to my tape? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it will be a lot easier if you can communicate this way, for right now at least, while we're messing around with this.
For sure.
Yeah, okay, so, and then your software, there's not necessarily a profile for this, and so that's kind of the other thing I was going to be messing with, is just kind of coming up with a profile. But do you have a starter?
Come up with the profile. All right.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a starter profile that could work pretty good for this CPU?
I could recommend something, sure, but yeah, you can fiddle with it a little bit, get a hang of it.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's not a customer board, so we don't care.
Yeah, that's all part of the adventure, right? That's what we're trying to do, is create an adventure. Okay, so does this look good right here? CPU's there, and then we're just below it, out of the way. Whether you can see that or not, I don't know, because it's probably delayed. But
It is, but yeah, okay. So you're away by what, like a couple inches,
yeah, CPU here.
and you're in the center of the board. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You have the excellent instinct for this, man.
I've been doing this a long time. Okay, so yeah, I will try to get this back reinstalled back to where we had it. And then these mounting brackets, I just dropped them down through the holes, and that's kind of, I guess, the way that these brackets are made to hold this thing. It's kind of a strange setup.
They are not. No, I meant, as you can see, they are shaped, so they always need to be on the edge of the board. But sometimes you want to put them in the center of the board. That's why I flipped them down and flipped the screw.
Oh.
So I can put it through the hole in the center of the board. In addition, I also put some washers on top of it, because sometimes you only have a tiny little area where you can actually put that little peg into the hole, and there are components around it.
Right, and you're just trying to support the board because it's going to be flexing, right, or sagging? Is that?
No, on this one you don't have to worry about that.
This is a really thick board, so yeah.
Yeah, but even with the thick boards, it's more of a size, and plus the CPU. I wouldn't worry about the flexing on these.
Okay, and so I have that set up now. It's mounted in there. It's centered underneath the infrared light on the top. And I do have our thermocouple that's set off to the side, which doesn't really matter because we're not using that yet, but I can just set it there.
Yeah, you want to set it there because that's going to tell you what the temperature of the top of the board is.
Yeah.
That's going to also tell you the delta between the temperature at the bottom of the board and the top of the board.
Right. Okay. And I had to get this gooseneck, I had to break a light. I don't know if you saw that. So I had some of these gooseneck lights. So I ordered some goosenecks, and they were like crappy, or they were too stiff. So then that's whenever I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to sacrifice this little gooseneck light, and that worked out. So.
Nice. I went for the lazy option, and I just ordered one from AliExpress.
Well, I couldn't find. I just I was looking around trying to find one that was the right thickness and things like that. So, oh, sorry.
You can just search for gooseneck PC or a gooseneck thermocouple.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't know if we want to.
You put that in the way.
There you go. I did it for a second, and I was like, okay, I'll move it back. Okay. All right. So, are we ready? We're ready.
All right. So first, in either case, what's your temperature that you set on the regs on the left?
I haven't set any temperatures yet, so. But because I was just saying, do you have a profile in your community tab that will get us close, that will even start it out? That's why I was like pulling up your community tab here. And
right, I think 205. So the AM5 socket, I would load that one.
the free quick one? Okay. Yeah, it says AM5 PB free quick.
No, not the quick one.
Okay.
No, you don't want to, because that one you see it's only 650.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a two-step or three-step.
Okay, the AM5 free removal. Okay.
No, actually, sorry. Just go with the universal.
Okay, universal.
That's the US one.
Universal socket replacement. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Surge at the top a little bit.
Okay, and I got it pulled up.
Yeah.
All right, and so that's going to be the curve here. So if you haven't seen this out here, so the way that we have to do is we have to heat this board up in stages, okay? And so we're bringing it up to a certain level, letting it sit there for a little while, stepping it up a little bit more, and then stepping it up, and then do the final removal. The stages don't look that long, Raph. Is that kind of normal, I guess?
It is normal because we are at 5-degree HB, so this is a theoretical profile. If the board heats up as quickly as we set it over here.
Okay.
I think it's 0.2 or 0.5 degree per second, but the board is not going to be heating up that quickly.
Okay.
So you'll see that on the red graph.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the actual graph, the actual profile.
And I guess the question is, how close should I get this top heater to whenever I'm in that?
3 centimeters away from the board.
So 30 millimeters. For some reason, I don't know centimeters, but I know millimeters, so I can do.
Okay, so
there you go.
3 centimeters is 30 millimeters.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's roughly an inch and a little bit.
Yeah, an inch and some. Yeah, inch is 25, I think, millimeters. So yeah, so that's about right. Okay. All right. So we're all set up to press the button, right?
So first, check the temperature you have set on the Rex on the left side of the machine.
Oh, okay. I don't have any. It says 200.
Okay, drop it down to 100.
Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, so that is only running this one controller. It's not running this other controller. Ah.
Correct.
That's something to think about. I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, sir. It might be confusing at first.
No, it makes sense because it's only, yeah.
Doesn't control the second controller.
Okay. All right. So that one controller is just the bottom element, right? Or,
Correct.
okay.
Correct. And since you didn't remove the red glass, we're gonna. It's an experiment for both of us.
Yes. Okay.
I've never tried this with the glass on, so I guess we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Oh, you removed the glass before. Okay. Well, there you go. I didn't know that part. Okay. So now we can start it.
Yeah. And hit the long preheat.
Hit preheat. Okay. Oh, long preheat.
Long preheat.
Okay.
Long button.
Okay. And 20 minutes? Or start profile?
No, don't start the profile after. And I don't know, put down something long. We'll stop it when it's.
Yeah, because we're
usually put it at 45 minutes.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to worry about it, but 20 minutes is fine.
Okay. And then because we're gonna, yeah, we'll be doing other stuff at the same time. Okay, that's going.
All right, and that's gonna be the stream as boring as my stream.
Yay! We did it. We accomplished it. Well, no, this is when we start chatting and stuff. So, okay. So then I got to let this run, and then at what point am I going to start the actual profile or start the actual?
When the bottom of the board reaches roughly 190 degrees, that's where I start the profile. But my top temperature at the bottom is 205 to 210. However, depending on the position of the thermocouple, I increase it from 205 to 210, sometimes even 215. Also depends on what I'm working on. Generally, the bottom temperature is more important than the top temperature, especially with CPUs. But at the moment you're doing removal,
Right. Right.
you just don't want to overheat. You don't want to overheat the die. You don't want to overheat the board.
Right. But I'm going to have to keep bringing.
205, and it should be fine. You probably don't need any flux, but I'm sure you're going to use flux.
Oh yeah, I'm going to use some flux, and I'm going to use some Black Horse flux, some Omega 559.
Well, that's the early version of 559. I have like 3 iterations after that, or I have now the third
Yeah.
iteration of that. So you might find it a little thick, a little hard to squeeze out.
It definitely is thick and hard to squeeze out.
Yeah, but that problem has been solved.
Okay.
Be aware of that. I'll send you another to you.
And so this bottom plate, I need to adjust the temperature on the bottom plate too, don't I? Or is it set to 100? Is it going to? It's going to sit there at 100, right? Or do I need to bring that up? Or is the preheating thing's going to handle that?
Well, that's the thing, because thermocouple that controls that controller should be touching the board, so it should be reading the temperature of the board. Instead of reading, it's reading the temperature of the heater. So now, at 100 degrees, we're going to have a nice answer of how much does it translate probably you're not going to be able to bring the board to the proper temperature because the heater is just going to be turning off.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll just raw dog it, like I say. Yeah, these things are barely even moving. They're at 26 right now. So it's going to take a little while, it looks like, huh?
I would say with the plate, yeah, let's give it 6 minutes. 6 minutes until we see the temperature at the bottom. A rework pro obviously is not going to be able to read the bed temperature because you have it on the step, or did you connect it to the PC410 controller?
Yeah.
Thermocouple.
Yeah, that thermocouple that I pasted to the bottom of the machine or the board is hooked into the.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to be able to see the graph.
Yeah.
You can uncheck the profile because we don't need that.
Okay. Wait, where do I do that?
You see underneath the graphs you have those check boxes.
Oh yeah. Okay. So uncheck profile. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't need to see that.
All right.
And we want to see events and we want to see the power.
Okay.
Power is relatively important because that's going to tell you how well your thermocouple is attached to the board.
Okay.
If it starts fluctuating or if it hits like 100%, we know something is wrong.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we got that going. And when I tested this thing out before, this thing heated up so fast because I had it set at 200 and just hit one of your profiles and just said go. And I just hit start and that thing was just like, I didn't try pulling a chip off or anything. I just turned the machine on just to heat it up, just to melt off some stuff. Were you here when I discovered that whenever I opened the thing up, I realized that the ground was not connected properly to the frame? Have you checked?
I did not see that.
Have you checked your ground lately? So the third prong on the
quality of those machines is not very high, and it is a reasonable expectation for anyone who buys this machine to have to modify it in various ways.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, but the first thing I did is I tested the ground.
If you want to buy a really good BGA machine where you don't have to do anything, that's at least like $4,000, all the way to probably $40,000.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was looking at, something like $20,000 to $30,000, and then you're really in the business, and you have to do a lot of boards. But it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
This is the hard part. Still is like getting good chips, and so like I haven't sent you anything because it's like I have to have a good board that I know is good. I have to have a board that I know that has a bad CPU for sure, and then it has to be worth it because you pay regardless.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. So that's always the hard part. But yeah, so check your ground. So the third prong on there, I tested to the actual chassis of the machine, and it wasn't grounded. I opened it up, and the ground tab that's screwed onto the frame was screwed onto the black coating, and they didn't sand that off or whatever. So I had to grind that off and then reattach that lug, and then that grounded properly. So now it's perfectly grounded. So I want you to check yours too, so you don't get zapped.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. So.
Nice catch, man.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did actually right when I pulled it out of the box. I don't know what my instinct was, but I figured it wasn't going to be top quality. There was also some other weird stuff inside, but it was fine. It was nothing to worry about. So, all right, so I'm just going to let this run for as long as it's going to take. It doesn't look like it's not very fast. I figured it would be hotter already. Yeah. Wave your
hand. Yeah, exactly. Wave your hand above it and see.
Well, I put my hand on the glass. I could touch the glass with my hand, and it's not burning my hand. So, because it's set to 100. So I feel like that should be set higher.
Well, let's see the 100 if it translates into 35 degrees, which it shouldn't. Because that plate is going to heat up the entire top of the machine as well. So you just need to kind of let it heat up slowly.
Right, okay. Have it take its time. All right.
Yeah, this is a game of patience, man.
Okay. All right, so once we fill it, so where do I go for now? I don't want to keep you on the phone for too much longer, but we can just like, we can let it run there, and then I just hit start whenever I'm ready. And that's it, right? And then go, and then just pull it off, and it's good. It's that easy.
Well, that is the goal.
You made it easy.
To bring the bottom temperature up.
So I just have to keep raising the bottom temperature.
Bottom temperature to, as I said, around 185, 190.
Okay, so I just got to keep inching the bottom up, and then once I get it up there, then I can start the profile.
Correct.
Okay, that makes more sense. Now I'm getting it. Now I'm picking up what you're setting down. Okay. Well, that will work. Okay. Well, I guess I'll let you go for right now. That way we can just chat on the chat for a little while, and then I'll give you a call back in a little bit.
All right, I'll be here.
Sounds good.
I'm not going anywhere.
Thank you so much for taking the call.
My pleasure, man.
All right, bye. Okay, so there you go, guys. So you can see it. So this is an IR BGA machine that's going to take its time, apparently, because we want to do low and slow like we are barbecuing. Instead of what we did last time was raw dogging it, right? We took our little tiny preheater, cranked that thing to 400C, and then took our top heater, and I think we had to get up to like 300 or 350, and then tried to pull it off. I mean, it worked, but it didn't work. So the profile isn't controlling the heaters right now. So basically, we haven't started the profile. All we did is we started the preheat long cycle, and I wish I could show you the start. Maybe I should have turned this machine. Let me think about how this. Oh, maybe I can use this one. I have a separate camera here. Let's switch camera views. Let me go to this camera view. You can kind of see it. So over here, this is going to be the bottom temperature control. I have it set to 100 right now, and that's going to be for the glass. And then this is what the computer is actually hooked to right here. And I was thinking that it was running both, and maybe it is or maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm not 100% clear, but I feel like we're going to let this thing sit at 100 for a while and see what we can bring up on the actual piece of software, which is right here. Oh no. Okay, my computer froze for a second. So we want to see that this bed temperature gets brought up to close to as 180 degrees is what we're trying to get up to as possible. So we have to let it run as long as possible. So preheating sounds like a lot of fun. So low and slow, we're going to chat. Oh yeah, and then right now I've already made, let's see how much money, $6.30 if I'm billing it correctly. So yes, the power shows 0% because hasn't turned the top heater on yet, and the top heater is this other controller that the actual PC is connected to, from what I understand. Hey, so this is the BGA machine that JFix and I bought. So this is exactly the machine, the same one. But we're just going to hang out, I guess, because it's going to take a little while. I feel like, oh, did everyone get that glitch? Because I got the glitch. My whole computer froze up for a second. Did you preheat the bed on 3D printer too? Yeah, you always preheat the bed on the 3D printer. You bring it up to temp. So preheat long tonight. Yeah, 50C in the morning. Yeah, I feel like I want to go up higher. I want to go faster, but he knows. Like, he's done this enough to melt enough boards. And I don't know. This is is this going to be fun, or is this going to be too slow? Here we go. I don't know. That camera view is driving me crazy where it's just my chest. And it makes me want to like have the thing point up a little bit more. It's driving me crazy. Let's see. It's probably just Windows installing some spyware. It was when I was changing my camera view. But yes, Windows, they pushed me on the 25H2, which I'm not very happy with. I've been trying to avoid it. And so I did recently, oh, I can't see it. That message does not show up on my screen. Use my instinct. All right, so I'm going to use my instinct. I feel like I want to go up a little bit higher on the bottom heater. We're at 30. And it's just at 100. And like, so if it was me doing it just like without having the expertise of Raph, then I would have this bottom heater, especially since we have the glass there. It's gonna lose a little bit of what, its oomph, right? So I feel like I should bring that up to at least like 150 or 2. I mean, because 100 means nothing to that board to me. My instinct says more power. It says more power. Bring up the temperature. My instinct says raw dog it. Once the profile starts running, it should it really start cooking it. What model of CPU are you changing out? I am changing out the oldest CPU on the planet. Now it's a 7th gen i7. I think the one we're going to put on there is an SR-Y33, and then the one we're taking off is an SR something. SR320, I think. Or so maybe it's a SR3YY and then an SR320. Windows 11 is pointless. Use Windows 10 for free with updates for 1 more year, of course. How does the machine heat the CPU? A laser beam? Freaking laser beams, man. Yeah, so it has infrared heaters on the bottom. Down here is infrared, so like a bright light, but it's infrared that you can't see. So it's in a temperature range that you can't see. And then there's another one on the top. We're not going to turn the top one on until we want to start cooking the bottom one, or cooking the CPU enough to take it off. Lead-free solder won't budge until 217 degrees. I concur. I do. Yeah. So now thermocouples are not exact whenever we're trying to read all this stuff, so that's kind of the only problem. So I think because he works on customer boards a lot, he rules on the side of lower is better because it makes sense while you're heating it up. You don't want to just assume that your thermocouple is reading properly. And but yeah, we want to get it up to in the 200s. Last 4 bed temps isn't really changing. Okay, we're at 31. You're right. And I have it up to 165. Ooh, now it's hot on my hand. Should target, say, 1 degree C. Well, we haven't started the whole program yet. We're just, right now, we're putting it on a preheater, more or less, right? So we have the bottom preheater trying to bring the board up to a temperature, and then we'll turn on the top one with the program, with the profile, okay? So what we were doing before when we raw dogged it with this other crappy equipment is we had the preheater. I just cranked the heater up, let the board heat up, and then we use my hot air as my profile, okay? So right now we're going to use the machine to heat up the board, and then we'll have the software actually run this. Can IR burn your eyes? I think if I look straight into it, but the sun produces IR every day. It's in you just can't see it. It does have heat though. First of all, I could say streams are 100% accurate. I switched to Twitch. And secondly, could I ask something? Could I ask me something? Yes, ask me something. Ask it away. Joined. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Sounds like the temperature curves could rise quickly once it preheats, hence the slow preheater. Yes, I think so. So right now I have it set to 150 on my base, and we're only up to 32 on the bed, which is crazy because the board's not even hot. This board's not even warm at all. More power. I mean, this thing needs to be a lot more power, and that's what we're doing. Because I don't think it's translating to the board, because there's about because of the stand, the motherboard's kind of raised up kind of high. So, I've been watching YouTube videos of a Chinese guy repairing graphics cards. He replaces GPUs and DDR chips all the time. Yes, and so does Northwest Repair, and he uses just some basic equipment, so it's definitely doable. I think your board is too far away from the glass. I concur. I do. But I don't know how to make it closer with the way that this thing's set up. I'd rather just set it right on the glass. That's why I'm just going to crank that heat up. It's coming. We don't care about this board. We don't care about this board. IR is in medicine too, slowly radiated on infections. Infrared isn't ultraviolet. That's true. It's not ultraviolet light. It's just right outside of our visual range. Get the choppers. Rail Air, you nailed it. We got to get the choppers. Here, I'm going to move this so it's down here, like so, and that way we see the temps, because the chart not needed. If that helps our view. There we go. What does the temp on the 100X say, or the 100C, the C100 Rex say? So the C100 Rex, which I assume is this, wait, which one's the C100 Rex? So you got the P410, so the C100 Rex is this other one, which is actually an XMTG? Whatever. It says 220 now. I don't think I'm supposed to be on 220 yet, but I'm going. So I have the bottom heater up to 220 because ain't nothing happening, and we're trying to get something to happen. I feel like I should, you know, encourage it a little bit more. So it's set to 220, and it's sitting there. The PID is set at 220, so it's working. More power. So we had it at 100 at the starting, and we're just going to let it sit here very slowly. This is actually slower than I would have ever guessed this thing. The board is too far away. I agree. How am I supposed to make it closer? Can I just set the board on the thing? If I did that, I don't think this thing would go down low enough. Ooh. Maybe I should move these little holders below. Can I do that? I don't know. How can I move the board closer? Have I heard of Windows Power Toys? I sure have. They've had that for years. Microsoft utility that adds tons of cool features in Windows. I've discovered it yesterday, and it's glorious. Yes, they have all sorts of weird stuff that people have been doing for years. Keep going. Love the videos. Well, thank you. I try to be a good teacher. I'm just babbling on, though. Swapping another CPU, eh? Yeah, but we're using a machine that's supposed to be able to make it happen. And why are we doing it? Just for fun. Only 60 people on Twitch. Oh, that's sad. I don't think I don't think I'm entertaining enough, I guess. Looks like the board's distance to the hot plate should be half of what it is. I agree. I concur. Concurrence. Lots of concurrence here. Yeah, so it's about that far. So, right? That's really far. Like, I would put it at least half. Do it. Do I just set it down on the glass? He said he took his glass off. Should we take our glass off? I mean, I feel like it's starting to heat up now, right? It's at 39. I have the glass plate at 220. And it's hot. All right, I'm going hotter. This ain't hot enough for me. We are going to 300. All right, so we have our bottom plate set to 300 now. And this board still isn't even hot at all. Thanks for the Prime sub. Best ever, $14 earned. Yes, I'm charging by the minute, guys. $14, almost there. Oh. Black Horse, I know you're cringing with me setting it at 300, but that's cool. That's cool. Hard enough time to get your 5000E on YouTube. You send it in, I'll put it on YouTube. Montgomery. Throw another log in the flyer. Another shrimp on the bobby. Yeah. Put a book under the main unit. Ah, man, you guys are clever. So I'd have to lift up the unit while it's on. Black Cadillac just gave me 20 bucks. Donated 20 bucks to the stream. Thank you so much. Love the channel. Well, thank you so much, Black Cadillac. I don't know if we're going to get there. Old school, we haven't turned on the profile yet, so that's why it's at 1C on that. But what we're trying to do is get this bed temperature up to a decent temperature. But to me, it doesn't look very decent. It's undecent. Indecent. Are you married? I've been married almost 20 years. Yes. I've got 2 kids, 2 girls. Infrared only heats when the sun is, when it shines on it. Okay. So we have tinted glass. I mean, I think this motherboard would be hotter if I would have taken it outside during the sunny day, because this is not heating up at all. This is crazy. Let's go thermonuclear. Nuclear. The hot thing would be the easiest thing in the middle of summer. That's what, or heat it during the middle of the summer. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Transwarp drive. Are you going to have this thing paid for in a short order? I will have it paid for completely, yes. Yeah, every time we hit $20 in dues, I'm going to have someone, your donation is going to go and pay for that to myself. Oh, now I'm starting to smell the machine. Burning something. Get my fire extinguisher ready. Kind of sad. I don't have a Dell or an Alienware that needs repairing. Well, that's not too sad. I mean, you at least know somebody who has a Dell or an Alienware, and then you can recommend me. So that's the good thing. Nathan, since when are you working on boards? Pretty much every day. Every day I work on boards. But since when do I pull CPUs and GPUs off? Never. And will I ever do it? No. So don't ask me to do it. This is just for fun. This is all for a, experiment. Ambient temperature, what are we at? Like, so it's 75 in here, 74. So what is that, 23 maybe, C? I think it started at 24, C on the meters. Okay, look, we're up to 49. And our bed heater's at 300 to get to 49. I don't think we're going anywhere. 105 degrees Fahrenheit on the glass surface. Yeah, I want to figure out, let's get our infrared camera out for that. Let's do, how are we going to do this? We got a new Coolest fans. Welcome. The old Coolest fans in the house. Thermal camera. Okay. What does the thermal camera say? It says 160 something. 160C. That's not hot enough. That's not hot enough, I say. It just takes a while for it to heat up, I guess. I think that's what I've been told. Been told it take your time, take your time. Where are you located? I'm located in Austin, Texas. Austin, Tejas. Let's see. Do something before we fall asleep. Right. Okay. Let's see. Quick. What do I do? We could just chat. That's all. My plan was to chat while we do this, but this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Because whenever we did this before, it was fast. Because I made it fast. I feel like I should start coaxing this board. That's what I should do. I'm going to add some hot air to the top to help heat up the board. What do you think about that? Do you go to Black Rock? Round Rock, which is north of me. I don't know where Black Rock is. Where would Black Rock be? Top heater, 230, 240, bottom max. I like that. Have you done this before? I like what you're saying. I like what you're speaking. How much do you have the top profile final heating for? So if we look at it, let me pull it back up here. I think the profile we have set at, what is that, 220? 210? I feel like it needs to be hotter than that. But this is one of Raph's profiles. I guess we can look at the profile right here maybe. Universal socket replacement. Oh, it doesn't show me a preview though. But can I put my mouse over it to show me? Yeah, it looks to me like that line is this line. And this line is 200. So I think it's 205. Can I look at it over here? Oh, here it is, 205. Raph, I feel like that needs to go to 215. What do you think about that? Are you scared? I'm not scared. I'm going to 215 on that one. There we go. Okay. Christmas carols? Really? I'm going to put the music back on if you don't mind. Put something on in the background. Okay, I missed something. What were y'all saying here? What were y'all saying? Raise it. Okay, so bottom max. You're saying bottom max. So right now I'm at 300. And so I want clarification. So let me see. Who was this? Who told me this? Kiki. Kiki. You've used this before, right? Yes, I have a similar station. Okay, so that's the station I have. So you say bottom max, and then top. Okay, so I'm at 300 for my bottom. And we're starting to actually get some heat here on the board. But I feel like I should like add some hot air to this to bring it up. Are you cold? Ooh. No, I'm not cold yet. Add some hot air on the top. I agree. I concur. Does anyone else concur with that? Just, you know, all I'm doing is just heat the board up. Just give it a little bit of coaxing. Pull the chips around 225 to 230. I agree. Well, maybe that may be like 223. 220 should be what we should be able to do. What's the bottom set max? I have it set at 300 right now, the bottom. Concur, concur, concur. What about Black Horse? What's his vote on this? Raph, what do you think? Do you think I should add a little hot air just to help bring this board temperature up? Because everyone's going to get bored with this board temperature. The top heater's not on yet. We haven't even started the profile on the top yet. We're just trying to bring the board temperature up to a certain temperature first. I'm going. I'm so going here. Concur. Give it a start. This is how you raw dog something, by the way, people. And this is why if you want it done for real, don't send it to me. Because I'm not going to do it correctly. What is the max setting at the bottom heater? I don't know. We got a new donor board member. Welcome. The bottom, I'm assuming the bottom goes to 400. I have it set at 300 right now. I don't need to pop a breaker, so I'm trying to be super careful. Fixed board difference is inefficient to deal with. I think that is the problem, yeah, the distance of the board to the hot plate. So I think I might be having to modify this. Oh, there's feet on here. Maybe I could take the feet off of that thing. I love when people concur. Now we're playing board games. You guys are bored. Is the temperature going up yet? 58. We're add some more oomph to it. Hot air, yes. Throw it into the Easy Bake Oven. That might be a solution. Okay. The looks like the top one's all jumping around, but it's because I moved it. I was actually blowing some hot air on here. Board temperature needs to go up. Love the channel. Well, thank you, Circuit. Concur with bringing up the temps. Today we all need coffee. Yes, because it's low and slow. We're barbecuing. If you're looking, it ain't cooking. You've heard that before, right? That's the problem with the IR6500's bottom heater. Shoot, I thought my other bottom heater was horrible. All right, we'll heat up over here too. Revert back to raw dogging. Raw dogging enabled. Here we go. If this is how long it's going to take, like this is only the first chip we've taken off. We have to take off 2 chips. I feel like at some point we should be able to turn the top heater on too and just kind of bring it up to temperature, bring the whole board up. The top thermocouple is saying it's really hot. Do I have it positioned right? Okay. There we go. That's much better. Oh, man. Fire and flames. Cook it with infrared. How long does it take? Wait, how long? As long as the bottom vents of the case don't burn up. We always need coffee. Concur. Oh, my gosh. This is still taking a while too. I'm about to start this whole thing. This stage in my video is 85% speed. Yeah, I believe that. 85%. This is the most boring thing I've ever sat through. This is when I would like go to lunch and come back. But this is the trick, right? to not burn up the board that's a customer's board? Blowing heat from the bottom. I don't know if it matters which side, because all we're trying to do is heat the board up, but I feel like doing it from the top or the bottom doesn't really matter. We're up to 100 on the bed, or the bottom. You would stop at 100. 85x speed. Okay. I'm going to go in 85x speed. Here we go. All right, the bottom hit 100. So what does that mean now? Does that mean we can turn on the profile? Or do we need to get up to 185? I think there's no way we can get to 185 without the top one. Okay, so it says turn down the bottom one to normal now, to normal heat. So I have it at 300, so normal, what's normal? What is le normal? I would say le normal is 300 to me, because it's so far away. I mean, again, we're like, you know, told you it's a game of patience. I know, but you know, when we're doing this live like this, people are gonna fall asleep. Can I start the profile yet, Raph? I want to hit that button as soon as I can. I want to press that button so bad right now, so we can start going like this. Now it's going to cool off, see? I haven't turned down the bottom heater yet. It's just, the fact of the matter is, I just used hot air to bring the board up to 92, and then the bottom heater's still at 300. It's still going down in temperature now. So, Raph, can I push that button? Can I? I want to push it. I want to push it. The bed's at 95. Go with your instinct. My instinct is to press the button. I'm going, pressing the button. I pressed it. Oh no. Did nothing happen? Oh wait, he's telling me something. All right, change the profile. I have to change the profile though, huh? Should we call me back on the phone? Here, I'm gonna call you back. I'm getting Raph back on the phone again. He's in charge of this software here. All right.
I told you your stream is not boring enough. That's why it's not working.
Yes. I know. And look at this. The bed's already going back down to 82, and I haven't set it 3.
You're at 28 minutes, and you started with the bottom temperature of 100 and increased it to 300, having the plate on.
Yes.
In my videos, when I preheat for 30 minutes, the bottom heater is open and the thermocouple is touching the board. So I'm reading the actual temperature of the board. You're just reading the temperature of the heater.
I'm not reading the temperature of the board. I have the thermocouple on there.
Yeah, but that's just what
that's what
Pro is reading, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not controlling the heater. The heater is controlled by the thermocouple that is actually sitting.
Oh, so you actually take that thermocouple and move it up to the other one? That's what you're saying? To the board? You take the one off the bed heater and then you hooked it to the board?
You work with 2 thermocouples.
On the bottom.
Actually. One is just for Rework Pro. It's just for you to see the temperature, nothing more. And the actual control thermocouple that is connected to Rex. Rex is the controller on the left of the machine.
Okay, interesting.
It is going to say XNPG, but that's what we refer to as Rex. And you can replace it with Rex.
Right. I mean, I have 2 thermocouples hooked up right now. Okay, that's what this one's on the top and this one's on the bottom. So I have the bed one is tapped to the bottom, and then the PV is attached to the top. So
yes, and the third one.
Okay.
The third one is the one that controls the Rex.
It controls the Rex. Okay, that's one you would hook to the board too.
That one is sitting on the heater. So we're just reading the Rex is reading the temperature of the heater.
Okay.
Not anything else.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna.
So yeah, definitely you're gonna have to go all the way to 400, and that will probably bring you to maybe to 120, maybe 150 if you're lucky.
Yeah, so it's holding now.
If you're really patient.
It's
But
holding now at 72.
You know, the stream so far, there's no way you're going to bring it to 290 degrees at the bottom.
There's no way.
You could, but it's probably going to be an hour and a half of preheating.
Oh no, there's no way. I don't think it's going to work because I mean, I used that hot air and it brought it up to the 100, and then now it's dropped back down to 70, and that's sitting at 300. So, all right, so let's just start the top profile and just do it. Let's just see what happens.
Well, increase bottom to 400.
Okay.
Just keep it at the highest it goes.
Okay.
I have replaced some sockets in the stock design.
Okay. All right.
So I know it's possible.
All right, here we go.
I'm sure you're going to be able to do that.
Okay. So I have it at 400 on the bottom, and then now I can well, when I hit start, nothing happens. So I have to load the profile again or change?
Let's go to the profile. You're going to have to be a little slower. But this one assumes when it goes to config.
Okay. I'm in config, okay.
Yeah. So we're starting with 185. That's aggressive. And
Okay.
That's assuming that the board is at 160 because you already preheated to 210 at the bottom.
Gotcha.
So let's drop that. What's the temperature right now?
It said it was like, it dropped back down to 70 already. I mean, it was at 100.
All right. So let's start with the 100.
100?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the power of Rework Pro. You can just quickly change all that, and let's dwell for what do you think? Can you extend like 4 minutes?
4 minutes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
If
three?
we can keep that temperature for 4 minutes.
Was that 360? No, wait, that's four. Wait,
Just
two.
my mouse on stream. Come on.
240. There we go. Yeah, that's seconds, right? Okay.
It's all in seconds.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna let it sit here.
Yeah, and let's drop the ramp to 0.1. All the ramp to 0.1. Let's be very conservative. This profile is assuming that your board is preheated when it starts.
Okay.
I think you have to explicitly say 0.
Oh, 0.1? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried writing it this way.
Okay.
Yeah. That's usually, but we can test that.
All right. And then the reflow. Well, we still need another stage in here, right? Or.
Oh yeah. We're gonna need a lot more steps. Let's do the second one for say 120. Let's just bump it by 120 and like keep it for 10 seconds.
How do you add another step in here?
What's up?
How do you add another step? Do I just, you want me to override this one?
No,
Oh,
just overwrite this one.
okay. All right. So 120. All right. 4 minutes again, or what? Or not even? 60 seconds?
No, just 10 seconds.
Okay.
20 seconds.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
And then, and this is just naming it, right? So this is just a text field, blob field that you can put whatever you want, basically?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So if I want to call that like that, and then we want to go up to what, 160 now or something?
That would be 20 degrees higher. All right, yeah, let's just follow the pattern.
Follow the pattern. Okay, so 140, 10 seconds. Is that what you're saying? Just kind of do it like that?
Yeah, let's try that.
All right. Now how do I add another field? I want more fields. Oh, there you go. It's because that wasn't populated. It wasn't populated. Okay. All right. So.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
And now 180, 10 seconds.
See, I'm learning how to use my own software now.
Yeah. Okay.
Normally my profiles are pretty short, but that's the beauty of rework. You're not limited to just
Okay.
or whatever steps that you are normally limited to.
Okay. So I.
As many as you need.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. And then so now the final.
Yeah, so final step you want to keep for a while. So this was just ramping. Right?
Okay.
So the final step, you can call it reflow or whatever, and should be fine. 220 should be fine. You shouldn't damage the die, and plus, without preheating, that's probably even not going to be enough. But it's a good start, and definitely, I don't know, at least 160 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to go 225 just for good measure.
Yeah, 225 is still in the safe region.
Okay. All right, and then so that's the profile's all loaded, or so that's all set up then. So if we go back over,
and just update the current profile. You see that text box, the text box at the top. Rename it to whatever you're working on.
so I need to say save or
No, just at the top of the. You see the current profile at the
yes.
top of that list that you filled all the.
Okay.
Next to the update button. All right, rename it to what you're working on. I know the interface is super unintuitive. I apologize.
Okay.
I wasn't focusing on that.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. I've done plenty of UIs myself, and I hate it. Drives me crazy.
It's not easy.
Yep.
And obviously, it's not by Raph.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So now, upload. Thank you for your contribution. All right, and so now.
And now every time when you load this profile and you change something and you hit upload, it's just going to update the version and update the steps.
Okay.
Right? So you can keep updating the profile, and users will see that it has been updated because the version bumped.
Right. Okay. Perfect. All right. And so now, if I hit start, it should start.
That's the idea.
Let's.
But you have to stop because you're preheating. So
Okay.
you have to stop.
So
you see that it's running, the red running thing.
yeah.
So if it's showing is running, then you have to stop.
Do I use this stop? Which one? The big stop or the? Yeah, I guess it's the only stop what's on there. Okay. And then now I hit start.
Correct.
All right. Something's happening. Something's happening now.
Well, we're going. So now what you don't want to see is the power flat line.
Okay.
Right? It's going to go all the way to 100%. That's normal, but you don't want it to stay at 100%.
Okay.
So
Power's at
that would mean
25.
that your thermal feedback is faulty.
Okay. Okay.
Right? But it looks like, actually, judging by the percentage that I see so far, I haven't seen more than 50%. Looks like your thermal feedback is pretty good.
All right. That means I'm doing something right.
I would say it's better than mine.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
So we're at 36 minutes. You know, typically with my setup, it takes about an hour. With your setup, I would say perhaps 2.5, maybe 3 hours should be.
Wow. All right.
The timeline where you actually get all the temperatures up. But you can cheat a little with other.
Oh, we're cheating.
And, you know.
We ain't. We're cheating, aren't we, everyone? We are cheating. We are not gonna.
You know, normally we don't do it this way because you want the bottom heater to actually read the temperature of the board, not the temperature of the heater. But that is what extends the process over here.
Okay.
If you had the thermocouple touching the board, it would be heating really quickly.
So I got to pull that.
You have to worry about board warping and all that kind of stuff. That's why I told you to go from 100 degrees then to like 120 and so on, because that reduces the warping if it warms up.
Yes.
Slowly. But in this case, you have no option. It will warm up slowly. There's no other option. You
Right.
have no option of speeding up the process or heating it up too quickly and warping the board. So
Right. Well, I mean, I guess we could up the ramping, you know, if we wanted to, right? Where the point.
Well, as I said, HB, which, you know, stops the ramping anyways, it's set to 5 degrees, then, you know, even if you set the ramp to 12 degrees a second, that's not going to change anything. It's still going to grow slowly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So everyone out there. This is why nobody does this, by the way. This is why nobody does this. And Black Horse, who I'm talking to right now, Black Horse Repairs, is the only person I know that you can send it to and get a CPU replaced. And this is exactly the reason why, because it's not as easy as it seems. So.
Yeah, I say it's more of an art than the actual science. You kind of have to get a hang of it.
Yes, exactly. But we are getting some movement in the temperatures now. We're at 82, 87, and so that's good. I mean, and I can actually add hot air right now if I wanted to, but I'll probably pop a breaker, turn off all my stuff. So that's the only thing I'm concerned with is overloading circuits.
Now you're growing very slowly. The temperature is not even growing to 100%. So it's the mildest form of preheating. You get fine, but you can do it that way. That's the profile you would have to use on the stock machine. And yeah, you can do it.
But I can't make it faster? What, can I set it to make it go faster?
Well, if you want, sure. Just switch back to the config and change all the 0.1s to 0.5.
Ooh, are we talking now? We're talking about 0.5s now, guys. Let's do it. Oh, yes. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so if I want it more mild, then we'll do 0.1s. And then that last one, we'll just do it at 0.1, right? The last step, you think? And then I'll just do 0.5s and all the rest of them?
No. We'll get an answer soon enough.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to upload it.
Oh, I don't? Okay. You're like, don't save it. Don't let anybody else use that.
We're doing that, but you don't have to. Is my point. Now you just have to hit stop and start again.
Okay, because it has to save that. Okay, so stop. Start.
It is taken directly from that list. So
Okay, gotcha. But so the list is there, and then whenever you start it, loads it, but then you can't edit it on the fly, right?
Right.
Okay.
You have to stop and start it again. So
Okay.
that's why I can quickly remove like the steps. If you went through the step number 1, you just remove the step number 1.
Yeah. Oh, look at the temp now, guys. Look at this. We're at 100. It's going. I can feel the heat coming off this thing. Woo. Get my.
So that's going to be more aggressive now.
I need a marshmallow. I can start cooking my marshmallows over here. I can smell it. Ooh, smells bad. We will see. And then I haven't taken the little the rubber covers off of the little glue in the corner of the CPU yet. I'm gonna do that at some point, but you usually do that later, I'm assuming, right? When the board's hot enough. Right, Raph?
I usually remove it with other before I do this, but yeah, you can just pull it now. It should be really.
No, it's not hot enough yet. Yeah, whenever it's hot enough, it just falls right off. That's why I usually just wait. What I've been doing at least. I'll wait a little bit more. Okay. No raw dogging, I guess, tonight. These people are saying they're just like, no, the power just hit 100 for a second. It just hit 100 for a second.
Now we have excellent feedback over here, so that's pretty good. So now it's growing slowly now, right? Technically half a degree per second, but with limitation of maximum difference of 5 degrees between the set temperature and actual temperature.
Okay.
It depends. So
it's going, yeah. So SP is the stage that we're set to, right? Is that what the SP is?
Yes, the blue one is the temperature, the target temperature.
Okay.
The red one is actual temperature.
Okay, interesting. And the SP is trying to read it's trying to match the PV. And does it care about what the bed temperature is, or is that just for our display?
That's just for entertainment to see the
Okay.
temperature. Yes.
So PV is what it's really converting.
The control.
Okay. All right. And there's a reason why we're sitting here for 4 minutes at the 100 mark.
Well, look at the power. Right, it dropped for a little while.
Yeah. Now it's at 0.
Now it's growing.
Yeah.
Right, dropping. So basically, it's stable.
Yeah. And
The maximum was like less than 50%. So what did we set to 4 minutes? Then definitely change that to, actually remove the first step and just restart.
remove the first step? Okay. If I clear this out, it will just delete the step altogether?
No, just when you just click on the step without editing any field. Just click on the step without editing anything and just hit delete, and that'll delete the entire row.
Okay, and then come stop start. Okay. There we go. Everything's cleared out of there. Hold on, let's see. What did we do? Bed temp. Okay, let me stop this. It says running at the top here. Did it hang? Because I'm not getting any updates now. I'm not getting any. Did I lose connection with the machine?
It's very likely that you lost connection. What does the machine say? Is it on?
It can't tell. Let me disconnect.
You have two lights, out 2 and out 1 at the bottom.
Okay.
Is out 2 lit up or not?
No, there's no outs lit up.
No outs lit up. Okay, so we stopped. So we never
Yeah.
started. So either you found a bug or
Yeah.
whatever. You just close it and open it again. Should be fine.
Okay, let me just.
Hope we didn't lock the COM port.
Okay, let me close this.
It's going to be a pain.
Let me answer DIY Dave. Yeah, so there's lots of people who are concerned about the distance of the motherboard. Yeah, so the distance is kind of high, and I really don't have a way of adjusting it. And so, yeah, if I was able to move the distance closer, it would help a lot. And I'm thinking, I mean, I guess they've talked about putting a book underneath it or something, and maybe I could put a spacer to bring it up, and maybe that might help us with our heating. A lot of people are saying all sorts of stuff here. Stop, start, stop, start. But yeah, so we do have a Black Horse collab happening right now. And let me reopen his application because we did have a crash. And I'm going to reconnect to our COM port, see if we're getting all our temperatures. That's good. Now I need to reload that profile, which I provided. And so we should have one in the list here. Hopefully, because I saved it, I thought. Or do you have to approve it? On yours?
There's no approval or anything, so.
Well then.
Just search for it, because there's how many pages are there? Like.
Oh, there are? Okay. I thought it was just that one page there.
Search for parts people.
Pots people. There it is. Okay, so we're going to load that profile. And so there's our curve. And we will hit start again. There we go. Okay. Okay, looking good. Looking good, looking good. Okay, power's up. Kevin, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Yes, get the board closer. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can maneuver the board a little closer while we're heating, while I'm on the phone with Raph, the maker of this fine piece of software. And what happened to the software? There it is. I minimized it. Oh, do we need to You guys can't see it. I just realized that. What is going on here?
And since you close the window, if you're capturing the window in OBS, you have to capture it again.
You have to reselect it, but it's not letting me select it right. So let me see if I can. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, let me just delete that capture and start a new capture. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't like the capture that I had, so there it is. Okay.
I promise you that's not a security feature.
Uh-huh. You're not trying to lock down your software?
Yeah, so nobody can see it. I don't want you to see my software.
Yeah. And since I have you on the phone, I was going to let you know that I do have a bunch of batteries I'm going to send you, so I'm going to give you a kind of a good supply of a bunch of different versions, different batteries that are in different states. And so some that are going to be dead or have depleted cells, or some that are in good condition. That way you can kind of play around with those with your
Thank you so much.
software.
Something tells me I'm going to specialize in Dell batteries first.
Yeah, I think so, because I have a pallet of batteries. I probably have 1,000 batteries right now that are about to be shipped off to be scrapped, so I can, because I get in probably 10,000 batteries at a time, and some of them are bad and things like that. So, okay, we're going to raise the heater because people keep yelling at me. But the temperature is looking good. I'm going to put this back down here where we had it, because I think that does help. So we can see that. And let me see if we can raise this up. Okay, so we're going to raise that up with, someone said a book. I don't know if I have a book. I don't read at work in general. Maybe I should put a laptop battery under it. No, that seems a little dangerous. Well, you can go thermonuclear on that. Let's see, I have some other stuff here. I'm sure people have some great ideas. A box would work, probably. It needs to be like, I have a laptop I could put under it. Laptops are right. Yeah. Here's a palm rest. That's
Just be aware of that.
yeah. Man, there's smoke coming out of here. I got smoke, people. Yeah.
It's only 146. That was dirty board.
No, it's not the board that's smoking. I think it's the machine that's smoking.
Oh, it's the machine.
Yes. Oh, it smells too. Whew.
Is the fan at the top on or off?
It's on.
Oh, turn it off.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I'm not sure, but yeah, you're gonna experience some smoke, especially at first.
So that fan, what's that fan for? Does that push air down to the CPU?
Check the temperature of the top of the heater with the thermal camera.
Okay.
See what it's at.
It's at smoking in my face temperature right now. That's what I can tell. Whew.
Okay.
God, it stinks so bad.
That's not good, man.
Let's see, thermal camera. You guys, everyone's having so much fun watching this. Wait, it says 293 degrees right there. That doesn't look good. Is that?
Well, don't read that. That's the infrared screwing up with your infrared camera, oddly enough.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean the top of the heater, yeah, go all the way up, all the way
Well,
up.
I can't really do it with this setup because it's strapped to the bottom of my microscope, and so that's why I'm trying to point it, but I can't really do it because it's the way that's strapped here.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get my handheld thermal camera if I want.
Yeah, if you have one.
Yeah, let me grab that.
Just check the temperature. The problem starts at around 200 degrees.
Yeah, the stinkiness in here is just, you could tell it's the machine itself that's stinking. It's just like burning off all of its stuff. Activate the fire extinguisher and wear the mask, everyone's saying here.
By the way, is that cable patching the top heater over there?
So here's our temperature. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here, but 104. Yeah, it's not hot up here, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's hot. Is the cable touching the top heater, or which cable are we talking about? The thermocouple?
The cable the cable that supplies the top heater. It's on the other side of you. I can see it. You can see it. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one's not touching anything. It's strapped to the.
Okay.
It's
but
floating.
I can't tell.
It's suspended. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, because it does kind of look like from that angle right here. You need to turn the fan off. So that's what people are saying, to turn the fan off. So the fan's off. So I have this palm rest here. The thickness is about that thick. So that may help us come up just a little bit. But I feel like we need about double that distance. What else do we need? What else do I got? God, it's really smoky in here. I need something for my lungs. I could feel it in my lungs. I got an old crappy laptop. Oh, activate the crappy laptop as the spacer. That's perfect. Here we go. Here is what is this? It's an E-Series Latitude from like 2009. Is that good enough? I think that's going to be good enough. I don't know.
Well, that's going to be a new experience. For sure.
But if I'm going to lift it up while I'm heating it at the same time is a little precarious here, but let's see.
If it's not thick, if it's not too big, it should be fine.
Yeah, it's perfect actually. I think this might be.
But do stop the machine, because the thermocouple is going to detach and the top heater is going to.
Oh, you totally did just now. You're right.
So
Thank you.
definitely stop the process first.
Good eye.
Remove the PC and then lift it.
Oh my gosh. Slide. You guys are putting me in a dangerous situation. Not you, Raph.
It's our fault.
It's all your fault.
We take full responsibility.
Okay. All right. So this thing is right up against it now. Oh, this thing's like a brick. Okay. Ooh, I like the distance now. It's going the distance. Okay.
How can you drop the top heater too much?
Well, see, now it's still hitting. Just crazy, but yeah, I can. So I raised it up, and now the bracket's still hitting the top of the machine now, even. So I don't really understand how these brackets are supposed to work. Make it wider, I guess.
You can make them wider if you can touch the board, of course.
Yeah, but I'd still think.
Wider to go around the machine and just arms reaching, but
Yeah.
both might be flexing.
Yeah, the board. Yeah, this is. I don't know. I can put it at an angle like that. Let's do that. All right, let me get this thermocouple set good again. This is ridiculous, people. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Okay. And we'll lower that back down. That's as low as that can go. Now I can't even get it close enough to the CPU. That's the problem.
Yeah. Those goosenecks are not as advertised.
No, the gooseneck was fine. No, it's the.
There's also, I have quite a lot of the wires sticking out, so I can just kind of position it. But for the most part, it's kind of adjustable.
Okay, there you go. The top heater was hitting this.
More resistant.
There's a stop screw for the top heater. Okay, there we go. I got it adjusted. Okay. All right, now I got it all the way down. Okay, now we got to activate the smoke machine again in a second. Turn on the smoke profile.
All right.
I think I got it. There we go. Thermocouple engaged. Smoke profile, go. Although should I stop those other?
Make sure you remove the first few steps, because we already went through them. I think we stopped at 150. Right now we're at 103. So remove everything that is lower than 103.
Okay. Okay, let's see what someone else is saying. We had a Bell, you need to remove the bottom glass. The glass, okay. Should we stop and remove the glass?
That's true, but that's not something we can do right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 12 screws.
No, you're gonna have to drill through at least 2 of them.
Oh, really? Because I mean, this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thinking from it after using, if you get the machine new, then yeah, you can do that. But now it has been used. Those screws are not gonna unscrew easy.
Oh, really? Let's see, is our thermal feedback working good? 91%, 73, 66, 78. Looking good. Looking good. Meanwhile, 6 hours and 38 minutes later. Welcome to the most boring stream that's ever existed. Okay, well, 8K. Let's see. How much money have I made though? That's the whole thing, right? This thing is clocking my time.
We lost all preheating and stuff, but I remember it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 minutes.
Wow. How do we? And there's a way that.
In the config, you can change your hourly rate.
Okay, my hourly rate.
By default, it's set to
50. Okay.
I don't know, 50.
Okay, so we're gonna change it to 1,000.
All right.
Okay, so $154 due for that first 9 minutes.
Nice. Now we're in business.
Glass is around 100 degrees, but I have it set at 400. Let's see, bed's at 122, PV's at...
I like the power graph, for sure. Power graph looks good.
Okay, so I think we're getting there. All right. God, this really stinks.
Let's go back to the config and remove every other step.
Okay, what step do we want to remove? I have 140, 160, 180.
Let's remove, we're at 140. Let's go from 140 to 180
Okay.
No, not 160, or, yeah,
Okay.
figure it out.
And then I got to stop it and start it again?
Just shorten the profile. Yeah, you got to stop and start.
Okay.
And let's see if it's going to glitch again.
Okay.
Maybe you did it too fast. Maybe it's your fault.
You know,
The user's fault.
hey guys, everyone, Raph at Black Horse is raw dogging with me. He's helping me go raw dog on this. Yeah, I need to, oh, should I turn my fume extractor on? That's what I want to know. Should I turn that fume, because it stinks.
The fume extractor? No, because I use my plug, so I don't need a fume extractor.
Oh, I know, but right now the whole machine is, I mean, it's like cloudy in here. It's.
Because this is the virgin run of this machine, right?
Yes, I'm burning off all the factory paint, and I fried another laptop.
Yeah, well, factory.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. If you can do it, just use the fume extractor or increase the ventilation. But typically during this process, I have all the ventilation stopped.
Okay.
It's about 10-15 minutes of the process that I don't want any ventilation. But right after, I align the socket and I start the profile, then I increase the ventilation.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, typically you want some ventilation. Yeah, but that's gonna interfere with your process.
Yeah. Okay.
It also depends on the distance between the heater and the board. And it looks like you're pretty close to the board. I would say much less than 3 centimeters, but just looking at the screen, so what can I tell?
Yeah, it's right around. I don't know, inch and some, like an inch and a half maybe or something. I'm trying to get these little rubber.
So you're gonna have a stable temperature.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, we don't need to go very high. And if the CPU doesn't lose, that means the bottom temperature is not high enough. And that only takes patience, nothing more.
Okay, right now I'm trying to pull this the little glue off the corners. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, now they definitely should lose.
Yeah.
One at the top.
We're at one.
We have 160 at the bottom, so the delta is what, 20 some degrees.
Yeah.
It's an excellent delta. That's a thin board, man. That should be easy.
It's a thin board. It's a thick board. This thing is like fat. It's like 20 layers or something. This was one of the boards.
The difference between the bottom and top, that's not a thick board.
Oh, well. Maybe it's because I have the bottom heater at 400 degrees. Gosh, I can't see this glue here. Trying to get it.
Well, also it's closer to the.
Yeah, now it's closer than it was.
Heater.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got all the glues off.
So now we have pretty good heating from the bottom.
Yeah. All right.
So the top went to 100%. Then we start another. Hey, can you hit the event? Hit the event checkbox so we can see when the step starts.
Okay. All right, how's that?
Oh yeah. That's, okay.
So what event are we on? What stage are we on?
Did you put flux skip?
Did I do what?
Did you put any flux on it yet?
No flux is on it yet.
All right. Well, I would say now we're at 199 at the top.
I really see some smoke coming.
76 at the bottom, which is like kind of opposite with what we want.
Look.
But
Oh.
put some flux just so you can tell, or you can see how well my flux flows underneath the chip.
Okay. Just so you can see all the smoke coming out of it. Should I turn the fan on yet on that top one? What's that fan for at the top anyway?
After you're done with the procedure, then you put the fan on.
Okay.
Yeah, it will burn if you don't put the fan on.
All right, so I have the Omega 559. This is what, version 5 or something, version 4. This is one of your earlier versions.
Yeah, a little thicker than what I have now. But it works just as well.
It's thicker. It does have a little bit of boiling still. A little bit.
Yeah.
But it smells so good.
But you don't even need a extractor, although it is recommended.
Yeah, at this point I'm like, I'm about to turn that on, but with the speakerphone and stuff like that, it may be hard to hear. But it is, whew, there's a lot of smoke. Can y'all see the smoke? Can y'all see that?
I don't see the smoke.
It's mainly over here. It's like on this, let's see. I'm trying to point. I can't tell. But right here, the smoke coming up right on this spot.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
Yes, Premise sees it. Cannot see the smoke. Here, I'll go overhead. Let's see. Can overhead see it?
You have good ventilation, and the air is coming from your left.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this on. Hopefully it doesn't pop a breaker or something. I'm going to turn on my vent. Because it's... That will help.
Where are we going down? Why is the temperature going down?
Yeah, why are we going down?
Did we stop?
Yeah, the machine's at 185 on the screen here. What did we... Oh, did we end our profile or something already?
What? Let's see the profile again.
So 225 for 3 minutes. We definitely hadn't gotten there yet. Is it because I put flux on there and it like brought down the temperature of the board? Maybe the flux cooled it off.
No, that would not drop the temperature. The power went to 0, and it's just ramping up.
Yeah.
But it's not. So let's stop and start again.
Okay, but I need to take some of those out of there, right? We get to see this in real time, people.
Yes, sir.
The CPU is dead. Yeah, sure, probably. Probably dead at this point. No, we haven't even gotten it hot enough to kill anything.
No.
What temp did we...
Temperature will not hurt the day.
Yeah, we got it to...
We have very slow ramps and good preheating. I wouldn't worry about any damage to anything other than the board itself.
Why does it say target temperature 200 on the chart? And then, so it's like it hit there exactly and then it backed off, but we had a 200 because it was supposed to hit 200 and then go to the next stage, but it didn't do that.
Yeah, this is current step, right? It will switch to 225.
Okay.
This isn't the target temperature as a final temperature. It's the target temperature of this particular step.
Yeah. Montgomery says, stop and start. No wonder we're getting nowhere. Lucky. While we are getting somewhere, but it is...
Just a little slow.
So it was at 199 a minute ago. CPU is dead. Okay, hold on, I'm just reading. Looks intense. Power's at 0. So we have power at 100%. Now it's just... Now it's raw dogging itself. It's in full raw dog mode. 100%, 100%. I can definitely cook some marshmallows if I want to, because that's the profile you updated. Yeah, so we're up to 200. So it's heating up to 200 pretty fast, but it was already there at one point. Yeah, can you imagine parts people employees saying, "What did the boss just tell us to do?" No, imagine someone coming in here with all this smoke in here. That's what I'm saying. Raph, does your wife come in back where you're at and be like, "What's all that smell?"
It's not the way I have the ventilation set up. Is that it doesn't go to the rest of the apartment. It ends in my shop. Oh yeah, my shop can smell a little bit, but I have good ventilation. It never spills to the other room.
Okay.
But my wife's not complaining.
She doesn't, huh? This is boiling a little bit there. Oh, but it is smoky as... I don't like it. Oh. The smell's making me sick. This is...
My flux can tell that.
It's not your flux. No, it's the machine. It smells like burning machine. Oh. This is... I'm doing this for the science. It's for the science. What model of machine is this? The IR6500. The ACHI. Ashi? Parts people, computer repair, and barbecue joint, see? Okay, so what are we going to get? Are we on that last stage yet? Yeah, so we're at the 225 stage.
Well, at 205, I would tap on it, see if there's any movement.
It's at 207. I wish you guys could see this, but there's no movement yet. And so when I'm going to remove this, I'm going to crank the, just raise it up, right? And then I'll just lift it off. I'm assuming.
That's usually the idea, yeah.
Because
depending on is this faulty CPU you're removing or the good CPU that you want to read?
oh, this is the good one. This one's brand new.
So you want to definitely use the suction pump.
Yep. Oh yeah, I need to turn my suction pump on. Am I wearing a mask? I'm not wearing a mask. Are you? Someone's asking if I'm wearing a mask. No, I don't have one on. I'm tapping the CPU. It's still not moving. We're at 215. Okay. This is my fire extinguisher's right here.
225, right?
Yeah, 225.
Okay, the power looks okay.
Yeah. And I'm tapping it, still not moving. Yeah, I feel like 225 would be hot enough, but so let's just say 225 is not hot enough.
Yeah, but it's right, no. Just let it stay at this temperature.
Oh, right, because it's going to sit there.
It just reached this temperature, so they need to stay at this temperature.
Okay. And so basically, once it reaches 225, then it will sit there for that time period that's set at. It will PID and just sit there for a little while.
It's a dwell time, yes.
Okay.
Dwell on the chart.
Okay, people can see the smoke now over here, right? Look on, well, I don't know, whatever, over there. It's on that side. You definitely see the smoke. It doesn't smell good. $315 later. We got $315? Yeah, we're at $336. I almost paid off this machine. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna have heart palpitations with all this breathing this in.
One job to pay off the machine. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, $1,000 an hour. Oh, now the top of the IR heater's burning hot here. More smoke's coming out of here too. I don't like how much smoke is coming off of this thing.
Now we might need to burn the top heater. Are you gonna say?
This is... I would have put this out in my warehouse or maybe in the front yard and cooked it for about an hour. Yeah, it's smoking a lot. And this is not your flux that's smoking at this point. This is the board. Oh, this chip is moving a little bit, I think. A little bit. I tapped the chip a little bit. So 20-degree delta is pretty good.
Yeah, especially that the thermocouple is away from the top heater. Yeah, but the CPU should be moving at this point.
It is.
You're able to remove the CPU now.
I think I can. I can lift the corner on this side. Let me see if I can lift this corner. Yep, it's moving. Okay, let's grab it. Here we go.
I'm sure it should be just blowing.
Okay, here we go. Hey! We have picture! Okay, now I gotta stop it.
Yeah, let it cool down slowly.
Do I stop the profile?
No, it's not the profile there.
Yeah, stop the profile. Do I turn the fan on?
Then now you turn the fan on.
Fan's on.
And move the heater away from the board.
Well, it doesn't, I can't turn it. It doesn't go anywhere. The thing does not want to go anywhere. Well, okay, I'm going to turn off the bottom heater too, because that...
Oh, it doesn't turn? Oh, maybe I have some different versions neither.
Yeah, the bottom...
I turn it away because now you would like to wait for.
Oh, there it goes. It goes that way.
Move the heater out of
Okay, I can go that way with it. That works. Whew. Oh man.
Now what I would do would be just remove the top thermocouple, drop the temperature on the brakes to say maybe 200, the 100, maybe 60 degrees.
Okay.
And stop the profile in reverse probe and hit long preheat or just preheat, just so it keeps the board warm for me to wake the board.
Gotcha, which I'm not wicking this board anyway. This is just a donor board anyway. But that's how you would do it as a normal profile, is to just keep it warm while we're doing this. And we can just let it...
Right, but that was nice clean removal.
Yeah.
Looking at the profile, at no point, almost at no point, we flatlined at 100%. There was one point over there, but that was when we turned off the profile, essentially. So we called that. This was a result of our action.
Right. Here, let's look at the...
But other than that, the profile looks perfectly fine.
So let's look at this.
There was no overheating. I wouldn't say that there's any risk of damage to the chip. And yeah, we should have a clean lift.
I'm trying to get focused here. Can't get the microscope high enough. I'm trying to look at the socket, or the pads.
Yeah, the majority of the solder is left on the board because it was the chip that was hot, not the board.
Look at the glue. I had some glue still there, and it is cooked. That's the barbecue I was smelling. But yeah, there's not a rip pad in sight. That looks good. Yeah. That.
Job well done.
I pulled another CPU off.
Yay!
Okay, let's slide this out of the way. Oh, shoot. So we're gonna have to put another board on here and do this all over again? That does not sound like fun, actually. Okay, well, let's see what the next step is at this point, because we gotta switch boards out. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna take a break from this and we can chat for a little bit. And Raph, I'll let you off the phone so that way you don't have to sit around doing this. And because I think I got the gist of it, is try to bring the board up as the temperature where we can, as high as we can at least. And since we have it a little closer, we can do that. And then start the profile, and then do it in steps and increments, and try not to go too fast. And if I ever want to modify the profile, I can kind of edit it and then stop and restart it. And yeah, that looks like it came off clean. Now we'll look at the CPU. And maybe we should reball the CPU, and then that will be our next step anyway, because I have to heat this board up, pull the other chip off, and then I have to have a bald chip put on there, so we'll have to do that next anyway. So Raph, thank you so much, and I guess I'll call you again if we need your help.
Thank you so much for using my software.
No problem. And everybody, if you need the software, I'll put a link inside the video description for this software. He's actively developing it and modifying it. Is open to suggestions or upgrades and fixes and stuff like that. So anything you see here, right? It's a great piece of software that
In fact, we released a version today to support CH340 controllers. It turns out there was a bug. I thought it wasn't, but a couple people reported problems with CH340, and today the fix was released. So now we have full support to both FT232RT and CH340.
Perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, so I did get the update whenever I opened it today, and so I do have that. So I'm just going to turn this machine off so I can move it out of the way temporarily, because I don't really care about this board cooling down and how fast it's going to cool down. So, well, thanks, Raph. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so there you go. So we were able to get this off of there. We used the software. Actually, I'm very satisfied with the way the software worked out. We were able to control certain aspects, be able to see visually what's going on. It pulled it off perfectly clean. I don't see any popcorn. I don't see any damage. Let's go ahead and reball this chip and see if the CPU looks good. And now we know how to reball it too, since we had to deal with this the other day. I got to get this big heavy thing off my desk though. So let me do that. real quick, and then we can chat for a little bit. Ooh, it's hot. What am I going to do about that? That's going to be hard. Very hot. Let me pull this frame off of here first. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this because the motherboard is strapped on with the thermocouple. I think we have a point here. Shane Roberts said we can actually remove the rubber feet that are on the stand, and I think that actually will be enough to lower it down the way we want it. So that's what I think we're going to end up doing. And then we can adjust the little clips here on the stand, but yeah, there's little feet on the bottom that are adjustable. And if I just take those off, I should be able to lower it down. So I think that's what I want to do. But I need to get this thermocouple off the bottom of this motherboard so I can put this whole machine on the ground. And you guys, I just made, how much money did I end up making on that for $1,000 an hour? Made a lot of money. Paid off my machine. I'm paying it to myself, of course, right? All right. Oh. Put this down. Okay. That thing's heavy. Heavy. All right, so we have our spacer here. This is going to be the an E something. E6400. Beautiful laptop. Beautiful laptop. All right, let's chat for a little bit while I'm taking a break from that crap. Try to scroll up and see what I missed here, because I was neglecting chat, and I'm so sorry for that. Show us the bottom of the clip you removed. What bottom clip did I remove? I guess we could actually mess with that bracket too. The thick rails you need to spread out. I love the way that you said that. Here, actually, let me put this back up here. Okay, nice IR heater. 450 bucks, 400. Okay, so I made 400. And you know that's a joke, by the way, people. I didn't make any money because I just put whatever number I wanted in there. Flip the brackets upside down and you'll get it a little bit lower. So I have the brackets lower, right? I have these upside down. Well, these two are upside down and these are right side up. Basically, the motherboard's sitting on these metal brackets here, and then these are just kind of holding it in place. So if you're saying flip them upside down, are we talking about these brackets that are on the sliders? Today I was Raph's patient. Yes. Welcome back to the bench. Today we have the patient is Nathan at Parts People trying to raw dog a CPU. Put the board in the freezer. It's cooling off. It's cooling off pretty quickly. Flip. Okay, so if you flip the 4 aluminum brackets upside down, you can lower it a ½ inch. I'm just trying to figure out how we're supposed to do that. Rotate the board too. So if I rotate the board, so we have it, let's see. So if we put the board like this, in this orientation, I mean, I still need to be able to hold the board up somehow. Walmart sells hot plates for like 40 bucks. Now you have to worry about what's going on to charge me for my repair. No, I don't need to charge you for your repair. Montgomery's sending back his laptop because we fixed it and then now it's having issues. And so we have to fix his laptop again. You don't want this machine. This is a old machine. You have an E6500. Maybe turn it 90 degrees. Well, that's 90, right? So we were in this, 90 would be here. I just don't get how we're supposed to be able to get this thing low enough. Premise, thanks for putting his software in there. Software link. Here, I'll pin it to the top. That way we have that. Could use the standoffs for the boards. Possibly. I think my best bet right now is just to take these feet off of here. That will lower it back down, because these are just unscrew. And then we won't need the laptop. But the other issue I was having is that this metal right here was actually sitting on the machine itself. So I need to get them like wide enough so the machine fits in the inside. That's funny, this is not unscrewing. Oh, it still stinks in here, people. It smells bad. Can you mount the board under the brackets? I don't know. I don't think so, because there's no real way to mount it. And this thing has linear bearings, so I don't know if I could flip these other brackets around. I mean, maybe I could have put them on the other way. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Now you're cooking with gas. Make it higher. So I did that, but then it was bottoming out on these brackets. Screw in the black knobs from the bottom. Okay, we'll try that. That's a huge gap. Nate, can you do it? He is amazing. I will figure out how to do it. I have the power! All right, so I did that. And so let's just see if I can mount these from the bottom. Just you know. I could flip these over maybe, the whole rollers. So I can mount this from underneath, like that. Like so. But then it might hit the machine itself. How much clearance? You need to actually invert the rails. You'll have a hard time adjusting the arms. Yeah, because see, if I have this underneath here, now it hits the end and I can't adjust. So I really need to be on top. Try some pepper sauce instead of flux. Cooked bed bugs. Open the window. I don't have windows here, unfortunately. This is a big warehouse office building, so my store has big plate glass windows all the way around the building. No windows. I can open the front door, I guess, but then I'll probably get like murdered or something. There was somebody standing outside my store the other day when I was at a stream. You can melt the knobs. Yeah, I can melt the knobs. You can do it. You can melt the knobs. Man, I feel dizzy off that stuff. It stinks in here. I've lost my mind. I'm freaking crazy. I think my best bet is to have this as wide as possible and then just have these as out as far as I can and maybe just set the board on these. And then I took the feet off. So if I can, I don't know. I still feel like it needs to sit on this metal, but I need to have it in a certain position. See, this thing is in my way, so I can't have it on there. The brackets go on top. Just cradle the board, not hand. Okay, so you're saying the brackets go on top. So I set the board down on this metal. Is that what you're saying? And then they go on top, like this. I mean, I have to have something to support it. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's pretty close. That might work. Something like that. You could swap the screws with the holders. So, I mean, that's actually pretty solid, and it is low. I don't know if it's lower than it was before, actually. You have it in a higher orientation. Why do I only work on Dells? Hey, thanks for the donation. I only work on Dells because I specialize only in Dell and Alienware. I started my company 23 years ago when I was 21 years old, and I bought a truck full of Dell laptop parts. and started selling it, and determined that it's the best idea is to actually specialize in one brand instead of being mediocre in a lot of brands. So most people prefer to deal with a company that specializes in something. But we also, the other thing is that we carry all the parts for all these models. And so it's really hard. We already have a warehouse that has 700,000 parts in it. Imagine if I had to carry parts for Lenovo or HP or any other manufacturer. So it's already hard enough to keep up with that. That's has a lot to do with it. So people are always saying to branch out, but it's too hard to do that. Should put the board at the bottom of the frame, potentially knock off the components. I don't know. I have it lower now because of that. The brackets are gone. Let's reball this chip while we're thinking about it. We'll revisit this part. We just need to reball this and move on with life. Get some balls on. Get our ball. We're going balling. We're going balling. All right, so raise your hand if you don't know what balls are. So all these CPUs are BGAs, so they're ball grid array. So they're actually held onto the motherboard with a grid of balls, and that's how it solders on the board. You have a 13-inch 9310, and it has a soldered-on memory. Can you upgrade it for me? No, I will not upgrade it for you. So my policy in general is that I fix broken machines. I do not modify or try to upgrade them if they're already working, because the potential hazard of breaking them is not worth it, because then I'll end up having to replace it, right? So unless you signed a waiver saying, if the motherboard got bricked or broken in the process, then I'm not at fault, then, no, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, so people ask me all the time, and that's just not something that I'm interested in doing. Plus, I'm already busy enough. There's no point. I'm not a modder. I'm a fixer. I'm a fixer, you see? Dells are not more problematic. You gotta, is it because you see my videos and you're saying the Dells are problematic? That's not how that works. It's because I only work on Dells. That's why that's what you see. If you watch Northridge Fix, you'll see tons of Asus, right? MSIs. So, I don't even know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? So I'm going to reball this. You like how I'm just like manhandling this chip? So first thing we got to do is we have to take all the old solder off this chip, and then we're going to put it in this mount. This is a magnetic bracket. A lot of people have already seen this because I already did this on another video. And then this is a stencil that has the exact pattern that we'll need, and then we'll use that to put the new solder balls on there. It's called specializing. That's why we specialize. We specialize in it. So let's take a look at this beautiful brand new CPU. Now I think we looked up these CPUs. You can get them on AliExpress for, what did we say, 20 bucks or something? So, or 40 bucks maybe. So all this work is not worth it, but we're having fun, right? We're having fun. Let's see if I can get this polarizer working good. You have to wick the chip first. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some solder to remove the old solder, and then we will put new solder on there. Or we're not putting any solder on there actually until we put the balls. Nathan is questioning his life choices. Tonight I'm questioning what I just went through because my lungs are hurting. I'm questioning that for sure. What's your turnaround time? So it depends on how busy we are. Usually 5 to 7 days. Right now we might be closer to 7 to 10 days. It really depends. And it depends on what it is. If it's a motherboard repair, it takes longer, because what happens is we have, it comes in, it goes to our other technicians who look at it and figure out if it's a board repair or if it's a bad motherboard. If it's a bad motherboard, we either offer to replace the motherboard, or we will send it to me and I'll do the motherboard repair. And that will, oh wait, I gotta solder first. and that usually puts you in a different queue because it takes longer to do a motherboard repair because I have to fix it. I'm not just swapping parts or anything like that. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding leaded solder. It's 20 bucks, yeah. See, Premises just confirmed this. So, you know, we just spent what time is it? 2 hours and 38 minutes removing this CPU that you could buy for $20 on AliExpress, the old China. But first, you got to buy I bought a $300 machine, $350 machine to pull off this chip that was $20. But again, we're doing this for science or for entertainment purposes. Ooh, look at that big solder ball. So big. So big. All right, I got to pick that up. That's too big. Oh. It's a good price for a non-working chip. Yeah, see, that's the other problem is that, yeah, you're going to buy one that's exactly what just happened. So when you buy them on AliExpress, it's not like they're getting brand new ones. They're getting them from boards just like this board. And then and these machines have a tendency of having bad chips, so what's the odds of it being good, right? Get that thing out of here. Buffering, no buffering. Bad buffering, bad. The flux sauce. $500 CPU swap for $20 CPU. Sign me up. Exactly. That's why it's again, it's not practical to do this in general. So unless you have a brand new CPU and you know it's brand new, how is it worth it to actually do one of these CPU swaps? And so kind of my plan, if I'm doing this, if I have a customer who has a bad CPU on a board, or they have a machine that I diagnosed as like, okay, the CPU is bad, I have to have a good one, a good CPU, so I have to have another board that's a donor board that has a known issue that's something else, and then I could send it over to Black Horse and have him swap it for me. And but it's a cost to do the swap. It's not a cost for a successful swap. It's just a cost for the swap, which it makes sense because it's time, labor, stuff like that is involved, and whether it works or not is my own kind of thing. So risk versus reward. So if it's a very expensive machine, very expensive CPU that you know is new or something like that, then that's where you find it worth it. Hey, Calf, don't be spamming, bro. You're gonna get muted, buddy. You cannot do that many messages that quick. You're filling up the stream. Who sells a truckload of Dell machines? Sounds like a mafia deal. No, Dell. I'm buying out Dell. So that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm bidding on a huge bid list. Has 4,000 SKUs on it, 4,000 part numbers, and I think the quantity is like 30,000 parts or something. So I mean that's kind of the volume I'm dealing in, is how many parts I'm buying at a time. I bought 100,000 parts in one load before. 100,000. That's a lot. Oh man, it's still smoky in here, or stinky, and it's making me not feel good. Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor? Need more flux. Need more flux. Are people having some buffering issues? Or is it only people... Because I have 0 drop frames. I don't have any drop frames anymore because of my fiber. I need a bigger tip. I should have used a bigger tip on this. What do you think? But I think we're good. We've already made it around. We spent 2 hours and 40 minutes to pull this thing off. We might as well spend 20 minutes just taking the solder off of it. Okay. Oh, are we having fun now? I'm streaming both YouTube and Twitch. 0 issues. Premise knows that there's no issues. So that's, I'm pretty sure it's a personal problem, somebody's location. Actually, I'm going to use a toothbrush on this. Oh, man. Is anyone else tired? Is anybody else tired yet? Yes, there's a doctor. Montgomery's a doctor. What do I need? Okay, so I've been breathing in toxic fumes for the last 2 hours, and I feel lightheaded. What does that mean? Oh man, this did not clean off worth a crap. I'm going to put a bigger tip on my soldering iron, which I should have done first. So Twitch, still only 56 viewers, man. Yeah, I think this stream may be boring. You know, we could actually pivot to a repair if this is too boring for people. I have repairs sitting around. I have them. We could do a poll. Yeah, $350 for a heater, $10,000 for a medical bill. Happy to put people in timeout. Yes, if we have people that need to go in timeout, send them there. Send them there. I'm going to do a once over again on this because I have a lot of like boogers that are not sitting down flat. I don't know. Keep getting stuff on here. Okay, there we go. $746 people are watching. Yeah, the last CPU stream I did, I think we got it up to like 1,300 people. So, but I think it was a Sunday morning, so we had more. It was a weekend. Not boring at all. So at least we have some concurrence from my loyal watchers saying it's not boring. And so I have switched to this knife tip here, which I never really use. Oh, and I had a bunch of... Oh, shh. I just stabbed myself. I was trying to poke this in like this, and I poked myself. So, great. Great. Look at that cauterization. I just stabbed myself with a soldering iron and cauterized the hole. Oh, it's a pretty good deep hole. Look at that. You see how deep it is? Now I have lead inside my hand. What should I do now? Because this is pretty pointy. Should I get this lead out? Should I get the lead out? Put some Led Zeppelin on? Oh, God. Should I dump some of this 99% alcohol in it? Oh, super glue it. Here, I'm going to put some alcohol in the hole real quick. Oh, man. Hot air it, hot tweezer it. 'Tis a flesh wound. Oh, but at least it's hot. At least it's hot. Go to sleep, man. Put some more flux on it. Use your teeth. Pull out the lead. Now, it makes me want to get the lead out. Put some Led Zeppelin on. Didn't y'all ever get some lead out? I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. Didn't. This tip is working a lot better. Premise, I think this is the tip you use, right? This big pointy one, or knife. I don't ever use it because it's kind of big for what I'm doing. No quarter. That's right, no quarter. Is it from Led Zeppelin 3? Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm getting bored by this. Yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you don't like the video, don't like it. You know what I tell you? I don't know if I've said this or not, but I lose more subscribers on my live streams than any other video. Isn't that funny? Every single week when my live stream goes as a DVR or whatever replay, I lose subscribers because people don't like live streams, or I guess replays of live streams. So I guess people are picky. All right, that's much better already. I got to cut this finger off. So let's see. Oh yeah, you can see right down where it poked all the way down into the hole. Look at that. It went kind of deep, didn't it? That's crazy. And that was just the tip of the soldering iron. Yep. Gonna die. Gonna die. Graphic warning. Well, yeah, when you have a 90x zoom, you can look down way deep. You can go real deep. Okay. Yikes. Yeah, I put some IPA down in it. We're good. Okay, so brand new CPU right here. I can go sell this on AliExpress right now for $20. $20 CPU. Let's do it. All right, let me clean this counter off. Behold my mess. I hate messes. I hate it. So let me wipe this up, clean this up. Okay, we're going to use that. We're going to keep that. We don't need that. Try the finger repair next live stream. Okay, throw that away. That's looking good. Reball and sell it for $10 US. That'd be giving people a deal. Okay. All right, so what's great about this thing is it's magnetic, right? So we can set this down like this. We can line up our stencil on here. We got a donor board member for 2 months. Thanks, Sam. Thank you, thank you. So there's our beautiful, beautiful brand new chip. And we're gonna reball it with this stencil. So we will pop that in place. Everything's lining up good. No, there's something going on here. What in the wide world of sports? Okay, so that's perfectly flat there. This is perfectly not flat here. So do we have something wrong with our stencil? Is it bent? Is it warped? Does it have a solder ball? There's a little pimple right there. $60 on eBay, $95 on Amazon. Then there are US prices. So if I wanted to sell it on eBay or Amazon, I have to sell it for a premium, I guess. Does that mean I'll make more money? I know, I feel like I injure myself on every live stream, you know? Every live stream. I just keep finding more solder on here. I don't want it. No more solder, please. I think that's why it's not sitting down flat, because there's like rogue solder balls on here. Okay. Is that more better? More better. I mean, it could be a little bit of balls. It doesn't matter, right? It's not that picky, is it? Oh, gosh. They need safety tips. Yeah, we need to put like a little end on there to protect it. Protect my finger. I've done it so many times, though, because I kind of dab into the brass wool. I always poke it, and I'm not looking at it when I do it, so I end up stabbing myself. Plus $2,000 shipping. Yes, we'll sell for that price, plus $2,000 shipping. All right, let's see. I'll put this back in here. It's laying flat. I'm gonna get rid of some reflections for you. Right around there, okay. Zoomed out. All right. Look at all that lint. Which way does it go? Which way does it go? This way. So it looks like I'm just going to have to hold it down like I did before. So this stencil's warped, I guess, from before. Or why is that not? That side doesn't seem like it's sitting down as much. Like that's low. This is really high over here. Can you see that? I don't get it. I know I'm kind of being picky, but last time we had to do this 3 times, and I don't want to have to do this 3 times. I want to do it 1 time. So this middle definitely needs to be held down. See how it moves? And this corner just doesn't seem that good, but okay. So we'll put it on here and see how it holds itself. So we have it on the magnetic stencil now, and it's pretty tight, but this corner still is not my favorite, but I'm going to hold down the middle like we did before whenever we're doing it. So clean the stencil holder, I guess. No, I mean, it's kind of clean. Look at all this stuff. I feel like it's the polarizer that shows all that up, because I don't see that. Let me turn the polarizer. See, it looks nice and clean, and then if I polarize it, then you can see all the, it's almost like glowing lint and stuff. All right, let's put some paste on here. Am I missing something? Maybe the chip is warped? What, because we raw dogged it? What are you trying to say? Huh? Where's pen 1? I don't know what pen 1 is, but I know that this is thicker on this side, or it has more pens, so I just lined up like that. Does this stencil holder have a pen 1? I guess I didn't really look at that. Look at all the alcohol I put under there. So pen 1's here. Does the stencil holder have a pen 1 mark? I don't see it. So it looks to me like it's symmetrical. And it's definitely flush sitting in here. Well, right here maybe there's... Huh. Let me clean this. You might be onto something. Maybe these other edges are supposed to be lower, and I'm thinking about it backwards. Okay. Now we'll put this back in. I only want to do this 1 time. Yeah, the chip, look, it does rock. Rocks and rolls, man. Yeah. So something's not regulation. Something's not regulation. I don't see any solder clogs in the stencil. I just see a bunch of fur. It's kind of sticky. Oh, yeah, let's spend 3 hours redoing this. This is only intended to take a few minutes. Flux on the chip. Yeah, I'll put a little bit maybe. It doesn't need any, I don't think. Polarizer is acting like glasses, showing the truth. Yep. Lint vision. Look at that. Lint vision. That's pretty funny. Lint vision. All right, so that's clean. That's clean and installed properly. What we got? We got a new Prime sub. Nuff. How you doing? Welcome. You didn't want to see those commercials anymore either. Yeah, I don't want to see them. Okay. Looks beautiful. Here, I'm going to turn off the lint vision because I can't stand looking at all that lint. There you go. Lint vision off. Okay, that looks good. We ready? I'm not going to worry about the flux on the chip, I don't think. I don't think. Or should I? Should I worry about a little bit of flux on the chip? I don't want to put too much. Ugh. I don't want it to be too much. It looks like it's sitting better. I concur with those findings. We don't need much, sure. Just a little. Just a little happy amount. Just a tad. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming everyone's concurring with me simultaneously, because that looks good. This corner I still don't like, but I think it's just an optical illusion because there are just a little bit of solder on some of those pads, so it just looks a little bit off, but I think it's okay. Dab it, looks good, remove the caps. Looks good, concur, good, GG. Concur. I concur. Solder paste. I'm being goofy tonight. So I've dried this out a lot more than I had before. And so hopefully it'll be much better, more better. Because I've tried it out a few times and it actually went in the cracks a lot better. Oop, I don't want to go over there. Still a little bit wet, but definitely better than it was. So this is solder paste. If you don't know what I'm doing here, it's basically tiny granules of solder mixed with a flux. And the idea is we're going to mash it in these holes. We're going to heat this up. We're going to melt it. And it's going to melt into the shape of little balls on the bottom of the chip, which will allow us to reattach the chip to the motherboard. And that's the active BGA reballing. Now we don't want this to be too wet because then it will run and then we can't catch it. And it's looking good. Looking good, Billy Ray. You can see it kind of mushing around a little bit. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure we have just plenty in there. All right. Reminds me of a grouting tile. Yes, I concur with that. So I'm going to hold this down so I can actually have it in the position I want it to be in, just in case the magnet's not holding it good enough. Now, the magnet should be holding it flat, but I could see it move just a little bit when I press that. So when I get the rest of this up, I'm going to try to get it in the right position and get it as flat as possible. You don't want any extra over the top here. Okay. Let's see. So now I'm just going to wipe off the excess. Looking good. And we're going to do, I'm just going to hold this down like that so it doesn't pop up. And hopefully we did this correctly the first time, because last time, it took us 3 times, but I ended up having to hold down the middle. And that's what the trick was, because it starts losing its magnetism. So I'm doing 450 or 460 at, let's see, 30% air. Oh, my hand. Hold on, I got to get my hot glove. Got to get my hot glove. I don't have any smaller gloves than this, so cooking with the oven here. The last time I burned my hand pretty bad. All right, here we go. So I just got to keep the temperature even, the heat even. At least it doesn't smell right now because the fume extractor gets to pick up all of it. I see an issue right now, I'm going to stop. Do you see that solder ball right there? It's like squeezing out some flux. That's going to make it stick in the stencil. So I'm going to stop right now so I can wipe that off. There we go. All right, that was going to be an issue later. That's why I wanted to make sure it stopped. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Magnetism. Thank you. Magnetism. All right. I'm just going to wait for the balls to start melting. You're getting dizzy. You are getting dizzy. You are getting dizzy. Uh-oh, I see more balls coming out. Do you see that? What is up with that? They're like oozing out of there. Maybe it's fine. Well, I gotta reposition my hand. Oh. This is hurting. Let's try this again. That. Okay. But I have to do it sideways so it actually heats properly. There we go. I think a more position better. How many times do we want to stop and start, stop and start, stop and start? No wonder this is taking so long. Gosh, I feel like I need to wipe the rest of those again. Do you see more of those things popping up? Why do they keep popping up? We're getting nowhere. I'm going to turn my hand. That will be in a better position. I don't know why this stuff is like popping through here now. My hand keeps cramping trying to hold this in place. Problem solved. 5 bricks over the stencil. Yes. Well, you're not even supposed to have to hold this. That's the thing. But last time we weren't holding this, it kept lifting up. And because it's a magnet, I have to use something that's non-ferrule. I'm getting hot. I'm getting so hot and tired and bothered. So hot and bothered. God, these gloves are ridiculous. Okay, let's see if I can hold it like that. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work because I can't hold this right. It hurts my hand. My hand's cramping. You didn't remove all the old solder. That's why it's popping up. Well, I mean, I removed most of it. It might be an odd ball somewhere. Would preformed balls be easier? Well, these are kind of small holes for it. What are they, 0.4s? 0.3s. So they would have been 0.3s. Usually when it's that small, I usually just use paste. Now, I don't have this stencil in preformed, so... I mean, for ball, I guess you could put 0.3s in here. I don't know. What am I saying? All right. All right, ready to go again. Here we go. I wish I didn't have to hold it in the middle, because this does not feel good. It hurts. Hot flashes at your age. Okay, here we go. We got something happening. I can't do it anymore. I have to keep stopping because my hand hurts so bad. Oh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because it hurts. I'm sorry, people. Well, a screwdriver would work better, but it's magnetic. So let me see if I can get like a big screwdriver that I can just hook to the middle. Oh man, that hurts so bad. It's just because I'm applying a lot of pressure. So, all right, so we got a flathead screwdriver that's nice and big. And then I can stay far away from it, and then hopefully, shit, and that's the problem I didn't want to deal with. Ow. And I forgot it was hot. Okay, there we go, right in the middle. Maybe that's the trick, is to add something that's more magnetic in the middle. That's probably what we'll do. Okay, I think we're good. This is more comfortable. Okay. It will work this time. I took my gloves off because it was hurting my hands trying to hold it in that position. Now I have a nice comfortable position, and this is also magnetized to it, so it's holding it better, more better. But taking longer to do this the first time is going to make it easier for us to not have to do this twice. It's been 3 hours. We haven't done anything yet. What a ridiculous stream. Why is this guy doing this crazy stuff? What is the point of this? You could buy these things for $20. You know. Sound like a Jim Gaffigan, right? Oh yeah. These guys is crazy. Okay. We're heating up. Getting hotter. Getting hotter. Getting hotter. I see some balls going. Look at it go. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic, I tell you. And I see a ball that jumped out of its hole. I see something that jumped out of its hole. There's one. Okay, they all look good. So we'll have to fix this one that's down here. But we'll put that back on in a second. Okay. So let me get this off of here, quick like. We've got a few balls that did not stick. Look at all those balls missing. Wow, great. So much fun. Yay. I'm so excited for this. Wow. Why did that stick? Should I put it back on there? I feel like I just want to put it back on and redo it again. Right? I think we could just reball over this, right? Oh, FYI, the SR320 is only the i5, and then the SR3YY is the... Yeah, so we're doing the... This is the i7. We're upgrading that board from an i5 to an i7, by the way. Can I just put this back on here and reflow it again? I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. I quit. This is the most useless thing. Okay. I put that back on there because all those balls did not stick. Did not stick, I tell you. Try without the magnet. Oh, I need that force. I need the magnet. I need magnetism so badly. What I need is it to be hot enough to melt down into the hole. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't drop down. Maybe because I didn't heat it long enough or hot enough. You have too many solder balls. That's the issue. You didn't heat it up enough. I probably agree with that because it was the edges that had the issue. So we're going in again. I see one ball that needs to be dropped in there. Get down in your home. Okay. I'm doing it like this, then we don't have to start over. You know what? I'll tell you what. If we have to start over, I'm not doing it. You need to clean it and redo the paste. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. I've been here for 14 hours. That ain't happening. Or 13 hours. Watch me wrangle these balls. Maybe drown it in flux. I do like the sound of that. It does sound pretty good. I don't think I got it hot enough. I think you're onto something there. Because I think the CPU probably wasn't hot enough. It was just like the plate was hot enough to melt it. There we go. They're melting again. See some dropping, I feel like. You know, the other thing is that I probably pulled it before it was completely cooled off. How's that? Lower the air to 15. Well, I'm at 30. Okay, so that should be hot enough now. I'm going to let it cool off longer. Maybe I didn't let it cool off long enough. This is definitely bigger than I normally reball, so. So we'll wait for these to be dry. See, that's still wet. Or still melted. They're still not attached. Darn things still aren't attached. I'm going to add some flux. See if that helps. Because those were still not soldered, by the way. Oh, I'm about to quit. Wait 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds, please. So I just put a little flux in that corner. I want to see if that's actually going to help it flow. Five more seconds. Okay. That was an extra 5 seconds, don't you think? Your voice is not in sync with the video. Uh-oh. Am I really out of sync? Three, two, one. Okay, so if it's out of sync on your feed, you just refresh your page. It should fix it. All right, is this good now? Okay, those seem to be good. Okay, let me get this thing off of here. Let's lift this off. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Okay, well, CPU's stuck. That ball's not attached. I mean, if we have a few of them we need to add, that's not a big deal, but it's just if we have to do a bunch of them. They're not coming off. It's fine. It's fine. Just trying to heat this back up so the chips will fall off. Oh, why aren't you falling off? You can do it. There we go. Okay. Well. This chip's super warped. Oh, okay. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. I don't know about that one. Where are all these? 9. So those need to go into that hole right there. And those need to go in that hole there. So all of them are still in their little houses. Gosh, should I reflow it again? I'm bored. 460 is too high. This is so funny whenever this happens, is like everyone's like, oh, this is too high, it's too low, too slow. Like everything's different. So when I'm doing this, I need to get it hot enough. It's crazy how warped this thing gets. Look at that. Here, I'm going to take a break for a second if you guys don't mind. Because it's loud and it's hot and I'm bored. It's boring. I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh man. Can you push it back into it? Yes. My plan is to do the exact same thing we did. It definitely has like a flexing here, but I need to press it back on there. We'll reflow it again. We can call it a night. We can do whatever we want. We can try to fix the computer. We can try fixing the computer if you want. Bourbon break, actually. Got the bourbon right here. Some Eagle Rare. What just happened? Oh my. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can get this thing open. There we go. Yeah, this is not vodka. This is going to be some bourbon, some 10-year bourbon. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, now I'm ready to go. It was just a little sip, just a taster. Yeah, because I got to drive home. Luckily I live less than 8 minutes away, like one exit up the highway. Oh, I feel like we should fix the computer though. My accent is slipping. My Texas accent. Now reball of Austin. Now he can reball Austin. Sponsored by Starbucks or Summer Moon. It's a local place. You want some good bourbon? Try some Pappy. Yeah, Pappy is some good stuff. Ooh, I can feel that little hit in my bloodstream already. You're getting a Precision 5680. Those are nice. Very nice machines. Bourbon and flex fumes mixed together. Grab and go. Yeah, I'm going to take this bottle home and then light a cigar when I get home. What time is it? 9:25. Yeah, so we got like 20 minutes before I have to call it a night anyway. So I can finish reflowing this, or because I got bored though sitting here trying to flow this thing. But we can keep going on that if you want. I think it's boring at this point. Oh, I'm tired. Let me just recap what my take is on what we just went through. How's that? At least do that for a little bit. All right, so IR6500, cheap machine. $350, good price. Actually seems like it's built very well. Hey, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I feel like it was built really well, but the fact that it wasn't grounded when it came in is kind of irritating. And the fact that it smokes really, really bad, but I'm assuming that that will burn off after a while because it is a new machine. But the amount of fumes was pretty heavy, or pretty hazardous to my health, I can tell. The amount of time it takes, that takes a lot of time, a lot of babysitting. So is it worth it? So let's just do it like this, hypothetically. Okay, so this is kind of where you want to draw the line or figure out, I'm repairing a machine, right? I'm spending some time. I spent an hour, spent an hour and a half, spent 2 hours working on a laptop trying to fix it, and I determined that the CPU is bad, or the GPU is bad, or the chipset bad, right? Something like that. And I'm saying, okay, well, it's bad. All right, so I always just deem it as a motherboard replacement because it's not really practical to change it out. So hey, now I have this machine. So would the next question be, or would I still under my flat fee say, okay, well now I'm going to do a CPU replacement because I think it's the CPU. I bought the 120 volt one because that's what I have here in my shop. So would I say, okay, well, I think, I've already spent an hour and a half, 2 hours on it, let's just say, and I've called it and said bad CPU. Let's replace the CPU. Okay, I need a good CPU. So I have to either take it from a donor board that I know has a good CPU, or I have to order one that's a known good CPU, right? But how do you know it's good? And then, if say I have to get it from this board, I spent, just to get this CPU, we spent an hour and something just pulling it off of there, right? Then, well, see, someone's commenting about Northwest Repair is watching his videos, he can reball in 30 minutes. Okay, so he's reballing. He's taking one off, putting the same one back on. So it's a reball. What I'm talking about is the CPU is deemed bad. Let's replace it. I need a good one. So I have to take a donor board, pull one off of there, and then transfer it over and assume that's good, right? Or I have to order one, assume that's good. And if it's not good, then you just wasted all that time. And yeah, I mean, it's just I don't see it. So like you could almost offer like an extra, you know, $80 charge or something like that and say, hey, if you want me to go that route, it's $80 and then I can try to do it or something like that. But I don't know. It just, a lot of time. Your precision 55, and I'm only answering your question, Monorail, because you're pasting it in too many times and it's just like, it starts getting in people's faces here. So you got that RTX 2000 generation, 8 gigs, nice machine. Oh. Are you sure you want to spend the time heating up the board? Wasn't exaggerated just for learning how the software worked? Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Now, based on what Black Horse was saying, he's saying take the thermocouple that's on the heat bed. Right now it's attached to the heat bed directly, and take that and hook that thermocouple to the bottom of the motherboard. And then that way, when you're heating it up, the thermocouple or the actual board will heat up to that 100 quickly. So that may speed that up. That's like half your workday. Not really worth it. Now, if I could set it off to the side and not worry about it, I mean, the amount of smoke that showed up in my shop, I couldn't do that during the business hours anyway. There's no guarantee it will work. Exactly. And that's the same thing. Like, so if I send it off to Black Horse and, you know, say he charged me $100 or whatever it is, plus shipping and time, send it off to him. He'll change that out and we'll come back and it works or not. That's what it is. It still costs the cost. The cost is the cost for the work, right? It's like you want the hole dug, we're going to dig the hole, whether the pipe is in the hole or whatever, you know, whatever the analogy is, right? So is that worth it? I don't, if you were doing it at home, it's a hobby, as a, like, Hail Mary, sure. Yeah, I'll remove the glass. Yeah, I'll have to do some modifications to it. I'll have to soup it up, man, more power. Yeah, I'll, with all this, with all the insight now, I can play around with it some more and try to get better science. Now, reballing a CPU or GPU, that may be doable. But you'll have the same chip you're putting back on. So that's really all it is. Leave it to the experts, yeah. And I don't want to be an expert in that. So add a turbocharger. More efficiently. And the thing is, too, I warranty all my stuff for a year. Oh, that's so hard. You're warranting it for a year after that, too. So it's another whole thing. Nobody warranties their stuff for a year. I don't know why I do it. I do it because I would feel guilty if it doesn't last a year at least. That's, I mean, every single part that I sell, I put a year warranty on. I don't have a warranty on it at all when I buy it. Period. No warranty. So, Alienware is like a Lamborghini for gaming laptops. Use Prime 95 to remove the CPU with its own heat. I really love that idea. Just crank it to full blast and let it run prime numbers until the chip just falls off the board. Maybe BH will have something about this feeling. What do we got? 15, 20 minutes. Can we fix something? I crave fixing something. Let's do it. Here, I got something right here that needs to be addressed. I gotta make some room here though, because I got stuff stacked all over the place. You guys don't mind, I hope, right? Yeah, we can mess around with this CPU Sunday. We can do CPU Sunday. All right, so how many people saw the video? What day was it? Saturday? I don't know what day it was. This is an area, another one of those Area 51s. Area 51M has a modular CPU, has a modular CPU, modular GPU. This is like the desktop GPU, 9th gen. This is a different machine. It's not the same from the video, but I have another one of those in here right now. And the machine actually works, turns on, but as you start stressing it or loading it down, it shuts off. And so my technician opened this up, and he said, "Oh, there's your problem." Now, from this overhead view, can you tell what the problem is? It's in plain sight, but I can zoom in just a little bit if you want. I'll zoom in just a little bit. There you go. It's in plain sight. And it's pretty severe. But basically, the way this machine works, if you didn't catch the other video, it takes two power supplies. It takes 570 watts. It takes a 240 and a 330 plugged in simultaneously. There's two DC jacks here, and they plug in together. You can run it off of one, and then it will kind of start throttling down. But when you run it off both, then it has enough power to run the GPU and CPU at full blast. 570 watts. Nobody's caught it yet. I see people saying stuff, but nobody's caught it yet. It's a nice laptop. That's not the answer. Missing VRAM. The VRAM is right here. This is the GPU, and there's the VRAM on here. So those are all there. That's fine. So it's not the video card. It's not the CPU. It's not the RAM. Two power supplies is pretty cray. So we're gonna go microscope because we'll do a little sweepy sweep of the perimeter. Okay, so here's our GPU, and we have a N18 G2A1, which is what, a 2080? I think it's a 2080, if I'm not mistaken. And then our CPU is a dirty beast. The battery bubble? Yeah, there's a little bit of a battery bubble, but that's not it. That's not it. CPU is should be a 9th gen something. But I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it? It's like they put liquid metal on here or something. This is not coming off. Anyway, it's a 9th gen something, so that's not it. Okay, here we go. So here's where our DC jacks plug in, right here. 1, 2. Kablamo. Boom, 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 boom. So there's your problem. Now, so if we zoom out, overhead view, here I'll go back actually, overhead. It's right here. Hard to see, right? Hard to see. Who let the smoke out? So, so both of those will need to be replaced, but they're effed up, right? They are just destroyed. So the board's probably not fixable, right? I mean, I can probably get it off of there, but we have those inductors that are completely melted. Where's my tweezers at? Yeah, 580 watts cooked it. Well, these two only are through one of the jacks. So one jack goes through these two, and on the other side there's another one that handles the other one. That power management chip looks burned. You see a little burn hole in it. So power management chip needs to be replaced. That 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 needs to be replaced. This pad is completely cooked right here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to grind that down. And this thing has 3 power management chips, I believe. So it has 2 on the input, or 1 for each jack, and then 1, I think, that does the charging of the battery, I think, if I'm not mistaken. What we got? You see a lot of liquid metal. Okay, yeah, it might be liquid metal too. There is liquid metal. Yes, yes. So that's what this shirt is all about. LLM. We have leaking liquid metal right here, and I bet that it had liquid metal on the board, and that's why it blew up anyway. So I almost don't know if it's going to be repairable. It actually turns on. It's just right as you start stressing it, it freaks out. But you guys see liquid metal somewhere else besides right there at the CPU? I hate the liquid metal. That's really what my shirt should say. Yeah. I didn't see any drippies, but there's no dam on here. And so, yeah, there's another liquid metal there, liquid metal there. So these things are supposed to have like a little dam around it, so if it spills, then it will leak all over that. And it's like, so here's the heat sink. It's like, wait, that's the NVIDIA. Look, it has the reverse imprint of NVIDIA right there. So then does the CPU have the reverse? No, but you can see the liquid metal here. I think they put liquid metal on it and then removed it maybe and thought they got it all and then sent it in to me and like, nope, there was no liquid metal on it. Yeah, I think liquid metal spilled. I think you're right. And I think they tried to hide it. That sounds like a video. RTX 2070, that's what it was, okay. Oh. New shirt for liquid metal lovers. LML. Liquid metal lovers. LML. That's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. All right, I don't know if I'm fixing this one. I mean, we could try to pull those things off, but I at least wanted to show you that. We could find something else to fix. We only have 10 minutes to fix something, though. Look at on the GPU, too. Was there liquid metal in the GPU? Oh. There's evidence. Why do you think there's red stuff on here? There's liquid metal right there. And if anybody knows anything, liquid metal's very, very conductive. And there are capacitors all the way around the edge here. And they put some sort of resin to keep it from shorting out. And that's the evidence that that happened. And we have liquid metal. Big old chunk of it right there. There's your sign. There's your sign. Wow. Conformal coating, that's the word. Well, if anybody thinks that liquid metal will make their laptop faster, they're wrong. They are wrong. Well, people, what do you think about that? I don't know if I would have caught that. Yeah, I would have caught it, but... So this was going to be my next repair this morning or today or whatever, and then I haven't done it yet. And now I'm not looking forward to doing it because what am I doing? Chasing down liquid metal explosions? I bet the liquid metal leaked and burned something out. The computer needs to go into a square hole. Trash it. Oh, man. Yeah, it's funny because the CPU die, you remember how we couldn't even like clean it off? It's because of all that liquid metal that had eaten away the top coating. It's crazy, man. Some people. It's like putting a racing strap on your car. It makes it faster, right? So you put liquid metal on your CPU, faster. Yeah, PTM 7950 works. I have a sheet of it here. We can put that on there. Put it in ultrasonic cleaner, which... Yeah, I mean, and that cleans it pretty well. It's not 100%. It's not designed for it. No, I've had somebody put liquid metal on these also. This board, what we worked on, and it had liquid metal, and it was like dumped everywhere. It leaked everywhere. But then again, another guy who had the same machine took it or went to Micro Center and they were like, "Oh, this is the best thermal paste," and sold him liquid metal. So your desktop gets under 36 degrees with PTM. Yeah, see, we just did a test. 2 days ago, we converted a machine from liquid metal to PTM, and it was maxing out at 100, and it went down to like 92 or 89 or something like that. So laptops run really hot, a lot hotter than normal. So I can't get down in the 30s, but keep it away from your cat. Get a new motherboard. Yeah, these boards, I don't have any, I don't think. It's a 2019 machine or 9th gen, so around 2019. Stripes in your car at least gives you 15% or 15 horsepower. That's right. Did the CPU take? The CPU took my time, took my patience. We didn't finish the CPU. Well, we finished. I mean, there's a couple balls that need to be put on. I'm just tired. Look at me. I'm tired. I'm tired. Fee, fi, fo, fum. My CPU was mounted using a sticky thing, not paste. It was running cool since 2021. What? You're talking about like the factory sheet of junk? You just realize your t-shirt is the laptop we've seen. Yep. Leaking liquid metal. Although this leaking liquid metal was caused by the consumer and not caused by the factory. I have 3 Alienware laptops. First step after taking it out of the box is to eliminate the conductive time bomb inside of it. Yeah, so I have an employee, one of my technicians just bought the new Alienware Aurora 16X or X16 or whatever it is, 16X. Just got delivered yesterday. First thing he did, opened it up and took the liquid metal off of it and put PTM on it. That's good to go. You're working since 2000. I am working since 97. I started this business in 2002. But CPU stole your youth. It sure did. Look at all this gray coming into my beard, losing my hair. It's happening. Hey, I got a new tier 1 sub. Or gifted sub. Gifted a sub, thank you. Okay. I'm crashing. I'm feeling it. I got to take this bottle home. It wasn't paste. It wasn't paste. Hey, you're doing only Dell? I am only doing Dell and Alienware, and that's it. Forever and ever. Forever and ever. We carry all the parts, and we've been working on it only for 23 years. Does it not hurt to check the new motherboard? Maybe you got one extra laying around in the warehouse. I mean, I can check the stock. I mean, I have boards up here, some donor boards, I know that. But I could check our stock. Oh man, I'm tired. Let's see. Let's check our stock here. What was it? Area 51M. I think it's an R1. Yep. Area 51M, R1, 0 motherboards in stock. And there's 3 different versions of the board. But, yep, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. You could actually put an R2 in here. The R2 difference goes down to 2 memory slots versus 3, which is weird. But the boards fit in there. And I don't have any of those boards either. So, no. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah, they've been getting harder to get. So, go to bed. Yep, I got to get home, get my kids in bed. Let me check one other thing before we do this. You should tell people about it. I was waiting for. I had a question for JFix, and he never got back to me, so I really can't say anything else. But I will be streaming next Sunday. And it's whatever we want to do Sunday, so I can do repairs, or actually, let's do a quick poll, if you don't mind. Next Sunday, we got 600 people here. Next Sunday, what would you rather me do? work on the CPU thing some more, or do the viewer's choice repairs. So, so I guess the question would be, do viewer's choice repairs for the next stream, for next Sunday? I don't know. I don't know how to write that question. Pull for liquid metal. I don't. How would you word that premise? I don't know. I'm just trying to think. So I know Michael Dell, Michael S. Dell. Okay, yeah. So viewer's choice Sunday. So that's going to be that we're working on repairs. Do you guys prefer that, or do you like the CPU BS? Try to mix it up a little bit, but let's see if I can pull up the polls. Polls. Where are you at, polls? Step right up and get your polls. Sorry, trying to get the right window selected here. There we go. All right, so most people look like they like the viewer's choice fixing repairs. Yeah, it is kind of, you know, I mean, just dabbling in the CPU stuff. So next Sunday, we will definitively do a viewer's choice repair, or at least do some sort of repair. If I don't have, I'll have a stack that we can put up. I have a few repairs here that I would have put in a viewer's choice, but they're too good to do it. They're too good for a viewer's choice because of the backstory on them. I mean, I guess I can give you a sneak preview. Because I'm going to film them as repairs, as videos. So one of them is an M18R3 where they took it to a repair shop to get it rethermal paste, and now the machine doesn't work anymore. And another one is, what model is it? It's a G167620 or 30. Anyway, it's a higher end gaming laptop. The customer had his friend change out his DC jack and ripped the entire thing off the, I mean, just destroyed the motherboard. So both of those were like either a repair shop destroyed the board or a friend destroyed the board. So I was going to do videos on those, but not inside it live because good content. I think it would be good content for a video. So, man, okay. So we are definitively going with the viewer's choice because you guys very much enjoy that. And I'm glad to know that. You do prefer viewer's choice on Sunday a lot more. Because Sunday, we have a mix of people there. We have people from around the pond. So, so yeah. We don't even have to finish the vote because it was so voted. Can you do a 51M on Sunday? I mean, we can work on this one. We can put this one in the list if you want. For Sunday, I can do that. Honestly, the CPU issue, tell them that the liquid metal is completely destroyed the laptop and you're highly unlikely of fixing it and to get another laptop. I could do that, or I could, you know, I can get the board. I mean, because the machine turns on, it works. It just, it just, when you start stressing, it just shuts off. So maybe I can clean it up enough because it does work and then try to, I don't know. I don't know if I can warranty for a year after that, though. That's the thing. Go home. Yes. Okay. I only have 8 minutes to go home. Okay. Thank you so much for coming out to this long, drawn-out CPU removal Wednesday stream. I want to thank all my donators to the stream today and all the new members. Appreciate you all, guys. Thank you to the moderators that have been helping me out, Premise and the Daves. I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching.